My God, man, it went down, y'all. Hey, we got the update on the HNIC, man. We got the motherfucking update, man. Ooh we. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know. Hey, this nigga right here, man. He was armed to the teeth. He was a real assassin, man. He was a real assassin, man. This man was a real one, man. And he went in there, man. I'm about to give y'all a quick little update. Let me get my thumbnail right. Let me get that thumbnail right. Um, Let me get this thumbnail right, man. Let me share this thing. Shoot. This motherfucker. Hey, one thing I do know, hey, the government, they is not playing. They is not playing. They is not playing. You gotta know it. You gotta know it. Um, we gonna get right into this, man. Okay. Let's see how I gotta do it. Yeah. Hey, this shit going down, y'all. And we
Top
might,
stories tonight.
I
The
ain't gonna
suspect in
lie.
Saturday's shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner appeared
This,
in court today for the first
this
time.
might be the
Paul
OGest
Allen did
president we
not enter
got,
a
man.
plea today, but his face.
This
2010, but spent
this
most of
might
his
be the
time in suspects charges to how the
this
attack
might be the
unfolded
OGest.
and
This
the
might be
new
the
light
OGest
being shed
president we
on
got,
political
man. I
violence
ain't
in
gonna lie,
America.
bro.
First, we go to Jeff
This
Harris
nigga,
at the
bro,
White
this
House with
is
the Justice
third
Department's latest
assassination, man.
findings, Jeff.
This
Gold
third
Thomas Allen
attempt or
appearing in
something,
court
man.
for
I
the very
don't know,
first time
man.
earlier today. The
He beating
California
them
teacher
bitches,
and
man. He beating
engineer
them bitches.
charged with attempting
He
to
beating them
assassinate
bitches, dog. I
President
can't
Trump at the
believe
White
this
House
shit.
Correspondents' Dinner that happened over the weekend.
What's good? What's good?
Violence has no place in civic life. It
Bro,
cannot
I
and
can't
will
believe
not
this shit,
be
bro.
used to disrupt democratic
Trump.
institutions
Oh my God, man,
or
this nigga.
intimidate
Hey,
those who serve them, and it
he
certainly
beat
cannot
another
continue to
one,
be used
and this
against
man
the
came
President of the
armed.
United
He came
States.
armed. He came ready.
We are
Dude came
investigating this
ready,
matter
man.
fully.
He came ready for the
We will
action.
apply the law fairly, and we will ensure that accountability is swift.
Y'all gotta know this, man.
Now, prosecutors say Allen charged through a security checkpoint at the dinner
Listen.
holding a long gun in that video you see right here.
A long gun.
Law
I'm
enforcement
gonna break it
reportedly
down. We gonna
firing
see
at
this
him
too.
5 times, but he was not shot. Officials say he fell to the ground and was then arrested. This diagram right here shows where the event took place. Allen making it past security, but didn't reach the ballroom where the president and other administration officials were seen.
So look, what we dealing with right now, man, we dealing with a motherfucking failed assassination. But what we do know right now, this man was armed to the teeth, man. This man had a long gun, he had a short one, a sidearm, and he also had 3 knives. His name Cole Allen. Cole Allen, he's 31, man. And he's from motherfucking California. See, I keep telling y'all them California people got different blood in them, man. Them California people got different bloods in them, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, they different. They different. Hold on, let me get this right now. Let me share it to my communities, man. Y'all came on kind of fast. I put my baby up. Y'all niggas came running. Then y'all came running. We about to get into this though. We about to get into this. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. We about to get into this. Hey, cause Trump, they went crazy. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. They went crazy. They went crazy. He made it past like 3 checkpoints. He made it past 3 checkpoints, man. How you make it past 3 checkpoints with a long gun? He had a long boy. How you make it past 3 checkpoints with the long boy? You know what I'm saying? And he had 3 knives. How you make it past the checkpoints? And they didn't shoot him not one time. All the shooting he was doing, they did not shoot him not one time. Bro, what type of Secret Service people do we get, bro? They ain't shoot this man not one time. Hey, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about that, man. I don't know what to say about that. You mean to tell me he ain't get hit not one time? Y'all protecting our president, my president, and he ain't get hit not one time and he come through shooting? What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? Can y'all shoot? Can y'all do anything? That's all I'm saying. What is y'all doing? How is he getting past checkpoints, man? Is this y'all trying to set him up? Like, what is y'all on? That's the scary part. Like, bro, what is y'all on? How is he able to get past 3 checkpoints? If y'all in here, like, share, and subscribe, man. We about to get into it. We about to get into it, man. Man, be quiet. Like, share, and subscribe, man. If y'all in here, like, share, and subscribe, man. We about to get into it, man. I'm about to show y'all this, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Let's get it. Because I'm about to go off. I'm about to go off, man. I don't know what y'all doing. Like, first of all, what's up, though? What's up, though? You going out like that? Man, you going out like Smokey. Hey. No, for real, though. Like, everybody like, share, and subscribe. Hey. Because my thing where I'm at with this situation is, bro, how is y'all letting how did this man get past 3 checkpoints? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to show y'all the video. I'm about to show y'all what he had. I'm about to show y'all all that, and we're gonna break it down. But right now, I'm just kicking it. I'm just kicking it with y'all. I'm poo on your walls. Okay, man. I'm kicking it with y'all because y'all gotta imagine, what if y'all was the president and they protecting y'all? How did this man get through 2 checkpoints? Tell me that. This our president now, man. This our president now. This nigga Cole Bennett, he don't look like no. So what we know, he's just a dude from California. He don't look like no assassin. He don't look like no hitman. But you know, your everyday people, stop avoiding the matter at hand, bro. Suck my SMD, bro. So he don't look like no average hitman, man. You know what I'm saying? He don't look like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he came prepared though, man. Check this out. Listen to this. And we're gonna watch the video.
Including attempting to assassinate the president. Federal prosecutors alleged Allen traveled from California intending to kill multiple top White House officials.
Y'all hear this? Hold on. Y'all hear this? Hold on. Let me get y'all to this. And my uncle been with the president. You know what I'm saying? My uncle been with the president. So this like something like for real with me. Let me show y'all something, man.
Saturday's shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner appeared in court today for the first time. Allen did not enter a plea today, but is facing 3 charges, including attempting to assassinate the president. Federal prosecutors alleged Allen traveled from California intending to kill multiple top White House officials. Suspect broke through a security checkpoint and shot a Secret Service agent, but was quickly apprehended. Suspect allegedly sent a manifesto to family members, and investigators say that's the only thing they have so far in determining a motive.
We were able to get multiple devices from various locations.
Federal prosecutors. Cole Allen did not enter a plea today, but is facing 3 charges, including attempting to assassinate the president. Federal prosecutors alleged Allen traveled from California intending to kill multiple top White House officials. Suspect broke through a security checkpoint and shot a Secret Service agent, but was quickly apprehended. Suspect allegedly sent a manifesto to members, and investigators say that's the only thing they have so far
what is they shooting
in determining a motive.
We were able to get multiple devices from various locations, the hotel room, and also his
what is they shooting at?
Where he lived in California.
Hold on, man.
Multiple top White House officials. Suspect broke through a security checkpoint and shot a Secret Service agent, but was quickly apprehended. Suspect allegedly sent a manifesto to family members, and investigators say that's the only thing
they're not even aware
in determining a motive.
They're not even aware.
We were able to get multiple devices from various locations, the hotel room, and also his where he lived in California. We have started that process. There's nothing more that would be appropriate to share at this time until we have.
They're not even aware.
Thoroughly gone through it, which we're doing.
Investigators said Allen had a shotgun, had a pistol, and 3 knives on him when he was arrested. He faces life in prison. They're not even aware. Convicted. He is expected back in court on Thursday.
They not even aware. They sitting there twiddling their fingers, man. Whoop-de-doo. They sitting there twiddling their fingers. He runs right past them. While they twiddling their fingers, he runs right past them. This the president now, y'all. Hey, get off my door. No, go lay down. You got school tomorrow. Lay your ass down. No. This the president, y'all. All right, y'all. Check this out. My bad. We back at it though. I know y'all be trying to see what a nigga be trying to say. Yo, weird like that. But hey, check this out, man. I don't give a fuck what you say. Being the president right now is scary, man. They ain't even protecting him. They ain't even protecting the president, man. It's scary right now being the president, man. If y'all seen what I just seen, man, that nigga ran right past. That's after getting past 3 checkpoints and then getting scoped. Like, oh damn, he got a rifle. He got a big boy, big shotty in this bitch. And he got a big 4.5 in here. 1911. He done sent the a manifesto or some shit. Now I don't know what a manifesto is, but it must be like some last words or some shit. But he sent the manifesto. Damn, see that? He sent the manifesto or some shit to his peoples or something. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, he came from California. He came from California to Washington, D.C. He traveled from California to Washington, D.C., and he had a hit list. He has 7 other elected officials. So I don't know. I don't know. What's up, though? I don't know what he was thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. You know what I'm saying? He just must have said, fuck it, I'm gonna go for the gusto. The gusto here, I'm gonna go for the gusto and I'm gonna spray and get everybody else. Cause them niggas can't shoot. I don't see he didn't get shot not one time, but he shot some officers. He shot some CIA officers, but he didn't get shot not one time. Them niggas can't shoot, and they scary. They scary. They can't shoot, man. Y'all might as well employ me, man. Employ me, man. They can't shoot, and they scary, man. They can't shoot, and they scary.
Whether they're with cops.
It's the truth. Cause I don't see it, bro. Like how? How?
So the House Oversight Committee now demanding a briefing from the. So the House Oversight Committee now demanding a briefing from the Secret Service after Saturday's close call.
I need a briefing.
The third attempt on President Trump's life. Let's
I
break
need
it
a briefing.
all
It's
down
the third
because
attempt.
we were dealing with a man on a mission. So he starts in Los Angeles, where he lives. He takes.
Check this out, man. It's just like a black nigga like me to break it down, man. Shout out to my black news reporters. Shout out to the black news reporters, man.
He takes a train. I mean, no one does.
Oh, so that's how he got
Demanding
jiggy.
a briefing from the Secret Service after Saturday's close call and the third attempt on President Trump's life. Let's break it all down because we were dealing with a man on a mission. So he starts in Los Angeles, where he lives. He takes a train. I mean, no one does that. Takes a train to Chicago and then to D.C. He had one mission. He gets a room at the Hilton Hotel. And he starts right here. This is where the suspect ran. This is the security location. This is where the magnetometers were at the time. Now, if you go down the escalators, is where the actual event was. And then that's where the president was sitting on the stage right there. And this is how it all played out. Watch.
They can't shoot, man. They can't shoot.
There he is.
Man.
He goes through there. They draw their guns, and then eventually we learn that they
look, here he
tackled
come. Look,
the
look,
suspect
look.
there. Let's break it all down.
They twirling in their thumbs.
Let's bring in former Secret Service agent Tim Miller. So, Tim, obviously, we have to say that the law enforcement on the ground, they ran into danger. They did a great job running into danger. But the planning is what is under scrutiny today. What did you make of the planning?
Fuck out of here.
No, Lawrence, you're 100% right. Here we go again. Heroic agents taking life-saving measures in the midst of horrible circumstances. We saw that play out in Butler and again in Palm Beach, and here we go again. And to your point, the Secret Service is a mission-oriented agency that does proactive security.
That's right.
I've done that site as an advance agent. I've been there probably 50 or 100 times. It's a difficult site. We used to have a director that said failing to plan is planning to fail. And what we're seeing time and time again, to your point, is the effort before anybody arrives is what's at stake here. And it's important to remember, in our history of our country, there have only been 10 realistic assassination attempts. President Trump has had 4 in the last 19 months. So something is broken. We have to look at what it is, and we've got to get to the root of the problem. One of the problems you all talked about, and it's so true, we're in a moral crisis, Lawrence, when people feel it's okay to murder or celebrate the murder of others. We're in a deep crisis, and the Secret Service has to figure out how to address these threats, because we're not fighting the last war now. The Secret Service has to transform to deal with the threats they're facing today.
And to that point, Tim, James Comer, who's oversight, this is what he's saying. Following last night's assassination attempt against President Trump at the White House Correspondent Dinner, the House Oversight Committee has requested a full briefing from U.S. Secret Service, DHS, including Secret Service, has been unfunded for more than 70 days now. It's time to stop the games and fund DHS. So obviously, we can talk about the security protocols, but it doesn't help the agent. It doesn't help our intelligence officials that are analysts looking at the traffic and chatter online if they're not getting a paycheck.
100%. They got to provide for their families, just like we were dealing with the families.
Man, like, share, and subscribe.
Unimaginable pressure. Now it's the Secret Service. But to your point, we also have to look realistically at the Secret Service. I keep it simple. I'm a retired Marine. I got to keep it simple. It's all about the mission.
That's right.
And the mission is the team, the training, and the technology. Team, who are we hiring? How many times have we talked about having folks on the job that clearly weren't able to respond?
That's right.
The training, we got to be training now for terrorists. Lawrence, those are the threats now, not just one.
You're right. Them niggas ain't supposed to be on the job.
Has to get in a posture where everything technical is being utilized.
Fuck, they on the job.
The sprint as long as he did,
45
with
yards.
weapons in his hand.
You hear me?
Yeah. That's crazy.
You hear
so
me?
We have to look at it. I'm not condemning the agents.
Right.
I want to be clear.
Oh, he's sprinting 45
The
yards.
Secret Service is too
Look.
sacred these days
Look.
not to have the brightest,
Yeah,
best,
like
and
he
most
ain't even want to
trained folks
pull.
on the planet.
Motherfucker like he ain't even want to pull it. And the security foot is grainy as hell.
Monday morning quarterback. But does it concern you some of the reports?
The foot is grainy as
that he used the
hell.
stairwell because he knew that was going to be a place that he could get through. And then that they were more lax because they were wrapping up. All the principals were inside of the White House correspondence room where the dinner was going to be located. And so they had started to disassemble all
He
of the
slid
checkpoints.
right. He slid right up on
It looks
their
like
ass.
he timed it that way.
Yeah, 100%. The president, thank God, he's okay. He was spot on that we have to think about the planning, but we also have to think about the heroism of the agents while at the same time restructuring. Here's what we live in a world now where it could have been. Can you imagine if there were multiple attackers? And, and our enemies are watching.
Right.
We have to, even at checkpoints, we need to put some ballistic protection on there.
Oh, y'all niggas weak.
Everything we're doing, because again, it's not about the Secret Service, it's about the mission. We have to have our elected leaders able to go to events without fear. And we saw it again, an event that was targeted and successfully attacked. Thank God President Trump and his family are well.
So true. The Hilton released this statement. They're saying the well-being, safety, and security of the team members and guests remain our top priority, and we are fully cooperating with law enforcement in their investigation. The hotel operation under stringent security protocols for the property as directed by the U.S. Secret Service, which led security for the event in coordination with a wide range of security teams, including local Washington, D.C. police and hotel security. I did have the opportunity to talk to the president that night as I was coming back to New York. He considered himself to be a blessed man. But I mean, you only get so much grace. And he's averaging one major attack a year. So hopefully they can get this under control, Tim. Thank you so much for your service and your insight this morning.
Facts. Hopefully. Hey, he said what I was thinking, bro. That nigga said what I was thinking, bro. Like, just like the third or fourth, about the third time, some shit that went down, bro. Ain't no way, bro. What if, like he said, what if it was multiple attackers? What if you gotta think? He's saying you gotta think about it. You gotta think about not just us, me and y'all. We the viewers, because we see what's going on too. We the viewers. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and comment. We the viewers. We see what's going on, but other people outside of us see what's going on. You get what I'm saying? That's major. Like, we see what's going on. We see that a nigga that made it past and plotted out. He done ran through. He done got through with the weapons. You know what I'm saying? Real weapons. So if we seeing that shit, you know, people in the other world seeing that shit like, oh, them niggas sweet. Oh, they sweet. Oh, they sweet. We can cause a distraction over here and send them niggas through here and go. Nigga like, oh, they sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all can't be, I don't give a fuck what y'all getting paid, how y'all getting paid, bro. Y'all can't be looking sweet, bro. Y'all know how many times y'all gonna get tried, and some of y'all motherfuckers gonna go. Them motherfuckers gonna go. Like, y'all gotta understand, bro. Y'all getting tried like that by one man is able to do all that, bro. Imagine if it's 20 of them one man coming at y'all, ready to crash out, and they ready to die about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. They niggas over there, niggas in the other countries probably looking like, oh yeah, them boys ain't that tough. Them boys sweet. Them boys ain't that tough. Can't wait to try us. Nigga probably sending niggas over here just to try us. Like, yeah, we gonna send about 30 niggas over there. Put them in position. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Got us looking weak as hell, man. Bro, I don't understand that one, bro. That shit, man. No one is tough as you think. But damn, bro, like, look, like, we the United States, bro. We the United States, bro. That what we just seen, bro, that shit make us look weak. Make us look sweet. Like, oh, them boys sweet over there. Yeah, them boys sweet. You know what I'm saying? That's what you think I'm gonna say. What you think I'm gonna do? If I'm plotting on y'all and I see some shit like that, like, hold on. Oh yeah, they sweet. We about that. I'm getting on their ass. They just let one man go through and cause havoc. Man, go send about 30 of our people through there. Badass people. Go send about 30 of them through there. Show them what we about. Then what? Now what? I know that shit got us looking sweet. Got us looking like a piece of meat. You know what I'm saying? She got us looking like a piece of meat. Fuck all that, bro. We tough. United States tough. But shit, bro. That shit right there, bro. That shit got us looking sweet. I don't care how you put it, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit got us looking sweet as hell, bro. And I'm just for like, you feel me? I'm like, ain't even about Trump. This ain't even about Trump, bro. This ain't even about Trump, bro. This about United States, bro. Like, nigga, y'all got us looking sweet, bro. Y'all niggas better tighten up. Y'all got us looking real sweet, bro. Y'all got us looking like a motherfucking pie. Y'all niggas better tighten up, man, before we had niggas running all through this bitch trying to take what's ours. And y'all be looking up like, damn, why these niggas extra aggressive on us now? Why, we can't even come out of our house. We got our arm up. They extra aggressive on us now. Yeah, nigga, because they made us look sweet on national TV. Nigga, broadcast for the world. Nigga, this shit on 60 Minutes, CNN. You know what I'm saying? This shit everywhere, nigga. Got us looking sweet, man. What's wrong with y'all, bro? This shit real life. This shit ain't even about no politics. This shit ain't even about none of that, bro. This shit about real life.
What a senior official called a manifesto to his family minutes before the attack.
Send a manifesto to his family.
Of the Trump administration.
He targeted members from the Trump.
President Trump this afternoon at the White House about what happened.
So,
Mr. President, do you know if you were the target of the...
So what I'm saying is, Sam, ZK, Lil, Sam, you new to the conversation. So what I'm saying is, we better tighten up. It ain't even about the president. It ain't even about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they keep sending shots. They keep sending shit, and some shit, and shit scoring. You know what I'm saying? Shit hitting the target. You know what I'm saying? They didn't hit the target. Drew blood. You know what I'm saying? On our soil. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, nigga, tighten up, bro. Y'all making us look sweet. You know what I'm saying? These niggas from the soil making us look sweet. So imagine if we got outside people looking in like, shit, I'm about to send 30 niggas over there. You know what I'm saying? Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. You can't be making it. That's what I'm saying, though, Sam. Like, can't be making us look sweet like that, bro. Tighten up. Tighten up, bro. Because other people watching. And they probably like, man, them niggas sweet. We got them. Niggas all be chilling on their phones and shit. We got them. Them niggas sweet. The nigga come run through with a big gun. Bow, bow, shooting your ass. Nigga run through that bitch. Bow, 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 bow. Shoot you. Nigga got us looking sweet. Nigga on national TV, man. Fuck wrong with y'all, man. Y'all niggas better tighten up. But we can't come outside. Nigga, we gonna have to be in the house. Fuck you mean? Nigga, they gonna be on our ass. We be outside like, damn. Damn, we just had another attack, man. Man, damn, these niggas attacking like a motherfucker, man. Y'all better get the guns, man. Real talk, man. Y'all niggas better quit playing, man. Y'all got us looking sweet, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. If y'all here, y'all fucking with me, man. Like, share, and subscribe. It's 1,000 trillion YouTube pages. Y'all here rocking with your baby Rizzy, man. We going over this shit, man. How they got the president looking sweet. They got United States looking sweet, man. Like we some fucking Like we some fucking sweet meat, man. Real talk. I don't like that. United States, tighten up. It ain't even about the president. It ain't even about none of that. Nigga, tighten the fuck up. Nigga. These ain't even no people from other countries, nigga, sliding on us, nigga. Fuck you know what I mean? These are people, these are our own people sliding on us, making us look sweet. Supposed to have that shit on lock. Fuck wrong with y'all? Fuck wrong with y'all, nigga? Y'all letting shit hit the target, nigga. How the fuck they let some shit hit the target at the house? That niggas making shirts and shit, nigga, about Trump, nigga. Fuck wrong with y'all, nigga? Y'all niggas tripping, man. I don't know if this is a part of the plot. This is a part of the Matrix. This is a part of the plot or something. I don't know, man. But y'all niggas tripping. This gotta be a part of the plot. Nigga, who wrote this? Somebody wrote this shit, bro. Nigga, they got a cold-ass writer for Trump. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. Trump been the littest. Trump been the littest since he been in office. He had the coldest script writer. Trump got the coldest script writer. Nigga, who wrote this? Cause who the fuck trying us? Nigga, we got an average Joe, nigga, saying I'm about to. Bro, who wrote this script? Is we in the fucking Matrix or something, bro? Because how we got a bro? This ain't even a so-called, you know what I mean. You know, I can't even say it on here, but this ain't even a so-called, you feel me? This ain't even one of them boys who run around with the scarves and this ain't even one of them. Nigga, this an average Joe from California who got some beef with the president. This I ain't gonna say average Joe, he probably a hitman or something, you know what I'm saying? But he grabbed his shotgun in his sidearm and some knives, nigga. Average Joe, nigga. Bro, this an average Joe, nigga, from California who got beef with the president. Nigga, he pulled up to the president at the president meet and greet. Nigga, the meet and greet dinner. Nigga, I'm just look, hey, just go with me. I'm cooking. Go with me now. Go with me. I'm cooking. Nigga, this an average Joe, nigga, from California, nigga, who got beef with the president. And it was like, oh yeah, he about to do a pop-up. He about to do a pop-up in Washington, D.C. He about to do a pop-up in Washington, D.C. I'm about to pull up on this nigga, man. All that shit he be popping on Twitter and shit. All that shit the president be popping on Twitter and shit. I'm about to pull up on him. This an average Joe, y'all. Let me cook. This a fucking average Joe. He said, you know, I'm about to pull up on that nigga. His next meet and greet win. I'm about to pull up on this nigga. You know, the president, he posting meet and greets on it. He telling niggas, you know, he doing the president shit. Pull up on me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be over here at the hotel, the Sheraton Hotel. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be breaking bread. I'm gonna be fucking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be fucking with my constituents. We're gonna get it right. We're gonna get it tight, man. I'm at home, man. I'm back home. I'm in Washington, D.C., baby. This an average Joe, y'all. He said, I'm going to pull up on this nigga. What'd he do? He took a train and he pulled up on the fucking president. He pulled up. He said, yeah, I caught these bitch ass niggas slipping. Hey, he pulled up on the president, dog. Hey, Trump said Trump said I'm home. You know what I'm saying? I'm home, y'all. Don't fuck with me. I'm throwing a big dinner, nigga. Come fuck with me. That nigga pulled up on him. He said, I done caught these bitch ass niggas slipping. I done caught these bitch ass niggas slipping. Mind y'all, dog. Mind y'all. The nigga Trump throwing his pop-up dinner in Washington, D.C. in his backyard. He home. White House. The White House. Dinner at the Sheraton. Trump said, yeah. I'm at my shit, nigga, pull up. He pulled up. He said, yeah, I done caught these bitch ass niggas chirping. They slipping. He done wiggled in. He wiggled in. Mind y'all. Mind y'all. President up there talking numbers. Yeah, like I don't know, y'all owe me probably like a couple million. Y'all owe me a couple million, man. Y'all better get them numbers right on that motherfucking calculator. Y'all better get them motherfucking numbers right on that motherfucking calculator, man. And you hit it. President hit the shot. He said, oh shit. Nigga shooting in my shit. Nigga shooting in my shit. And the president say, nigga shooting in my shit. The nigga turn, the nigga say, the nigga shooting in my shit. Hey, the president, this nigga shooting in my motherfucking shit. Hey, that nigga say, that nigga go down, he heard them shots, that nigga go down. The nigga run up on him. Hey dog, we gotta get your ass up off this stage. hey, the nigga homie come up, run up to him like, hey dog, we gotta get your ass up off this stage. They get this ass, like, nigga shooting in this bitch. The nigga shooting in big my shit, nigga. Hey, the nigga say, we gotta get your ass up off this stage, B. Come on, B. Hey, they get his ass up off that stage, rich his ass out, man. Yeah, hey, Trump in the motherfucking back like, yeah, them bitch ass niggas trying to get me, man. Hey, yeah, man, them bitch ass niggas trying to get me, man. That nigga say, man, fuck these hoe ass niggas, man. Hey, these, you know, so you know, he a politician, you know, he Trump. You know, like they Vlad be like 60 Minutes CNN, you know, he go do a sit down with them and let niggas know, like, yeah, them bitch ass niggas tried me. They couldn't get me though. we about to sit down. I showed y'all how the nigga ran up on him, pulled up on him at his pop up. We about to show y'all what the fuck he sat down with, like they Vlad. You know what I'm saying? They Vlad TV 60 Minutes. He sat down with 60 Minutes to let 60 Minutes know what the fuck going on. Big Trump, nigga, they couldn't fuck with me. Nigga, they pulled up on me, nigga. But look at here, man. All jokes aside, this was an average Joe who had beef with the president, man, in California and pulled all the way up in Washington, D.C., popped two motherfucking guards. He popped two motherfucking guards and almost made it to the main floor where Trump was at after passing 3 checkpoints. It's a regular Joe who had beef with the president, bro. And he wasn't shot not one time. He didn't get hit not one time. This is average Joe. The fuck is he saying? He didn't get hit not one time. He done popped two of the homies. You only gotta get this nigga one time. Bro. look, all jokes aside, you think he was really bad like that? Or you think he was actually paid to be like that? Who? Who's you who? Who you talking about, Sam? Because who I'm talking about, Sam? I'm talking about Cole. This nigga Cole, man. This nigga Cole Allen. Nigga Cole Allen had beef with the president, nigga. Cole Allen from motherfucking California. Cole Allen. He from California, man. He pulled up on the president, said, yeah, I caught these motherfuckers slipping. He texted his people as he pulled up to the motherfucking president. He texted his people like, yeah, I caught this motherfucker slipping. I'm about to kill him. I'm on his ass. I'm about to hop out spinning. Not to mention, it's the second time Secret Service failed Trump. All I'm saying. I'm just thinking his mans and them trying to get him too, bro. Like his mans and them trying. It's like, bro, what y'all on, bro? Y'all hiring rookies? The shooter think he was paid, or you think he really bought it? Bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. You can't pay me to do this. But I'm just saying who wrote the script, because it's an awesome script. You got an average Joe from Cali who got beef with the president. Pulled up on the president. Shot two of the homies. Almost made it to the floor, got tackled. And ain't get popped not one time. Y'all heard about the last nigga, right? Y'all heard about the last nigga. The last nigga broke skin, almost took his head off. But he gone. Y'all heard about the last nigga, right? Right now. He didn't even make it. You know what I'm saying? But man, he popped two of the homies. Two of the homies got popped. Bah-bah! How he do that? He made past 3 checks. Cole Allen. Remember this nigga name. He 31 years old. He had average Joe from Cali. Bro, he didn't. Remember this nigga, Cole Allen. We about to get into what the president had to say.
Press, but I was really happy to see I don't know how long it'll last.
Hold on, I got you, bud. Go lay down. I got you. Go lay down.
Spirit after a very bad event took place. Now, the event.
What?
The event turned out to be much less bad.
Hey, that's the big man, hey, that's the big man. Y'all hear what Trump's saying. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Y'all see that look, this the same day, bro. This the same day this shit. I think this happened. This interview with Trump happened the day before or some shit. But hey, this y'all see, bro. Y'all see, this what he got to say, man. This the big man. Y'all see what he got to say, man. This the big man. He talking crazy himself. Let me see. This one of them viral pies. I might check it out. But hey, This Trump, man, himself. He laughing. He making jokes. He talking about the NFL should sign him. Trump enjoying this. He goes, oh man, the NFL should sign him. He was pretty fast. You see, it was like a blur. One of the greatest presidents, bro. Bro, he just checked her. He just checked her on air. Wow. He just called her distasteful. You're distasteful. Yeah, stop. Don't say that. You're distasteful. Bro, what you gonna do, bro? There's never gonna be another president like this, bro. There's never gonna be another president in history where it's this many attempts. Never in history. Y'all gotta understand this. It's never in, that's pretty good. Never in history is this gonna happen again. Y'all not gonna get somebody with that type of energy, that type of charisma. It's not gonna happen, bro. Bro, Trump is one of a fucking kind, bro. I don't know where they fucking found this nigga at. He's one of a fucking kind, bro. He's going down in history as one of a fucking kind, bro. Trust and believe. Trump going down as one of them guys. He's gonna be in some type of Hall of Fame for the presidents. For sure, he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame or something for the presidents because that he probably one of the funniest presidents. He ain't holding his tongue for nobody. That motherfucker ain't holding his tongue for nobody, bro. And he gonna tell you about yourself. He ain't holding his tongue for nobody though. That's one thing I do know. That nigga crazy, bro. That nigga crazy, bro. All right, hold on. Get this lined up.
there's a security situation unfolding. We don't have any information.
We just know it's a security situation. They calling people name. They don't know what to do.
More about what's happening in the room.
They don't know what to do. They really should. They really should. I ain't gonna lie, them bitches really should. They really scared. Leave it up to a white motherfucker and start chanting some shit. Leave it up to him, he gonna start chanting some shit. USA!
We don't have any confirmation about what is happening inside the White House Correspondents' Dinner. They were in the middle of dinner when a security situation unfolded.
So as y'all see, man, that was like real time, real reaction. Real time, real reaction. Real time, real reaction. This is real time, bro. He told that nigga be quiet.
If you like this
Hey,
video,
that
then like
nigga be quiet.
leaders across the country to work with.
Hey, told him be quiet.
Hilton tonight, armed with a shotgun, a handgun, and
They told him,
multiple
"Be
knives,
quiet."
sprinting past a security checkpoint outside the ballroom where the president, the vice president, and much of his cabinet were gathered.
One Secret Service member was shot. The bullet, the president says, hit the agent's bulletproof vest. Eyewitness News reporter Madison Wild joins us now with the latest on some of these very tense moments. Madison.
Yeah, Jory and Liz, just a terrifying experience for the people inside that room. Keep in mind, this is a room full of journalists who went from celebrating the First Amendment to actively using it. We saw many journalists on the ground hiding under tables, reporting what they were seeing firsthand as the president was evacuated.
And again, I'm showing y'all these videos, so putting y'all in the context. There's many different views, there's many different scenes, there's many different people with different cameras.
A chaotic scene there as gunshots were heard. According to Secret Service, the shooting happened near the main screening area outside the main ballroom. As we've just reported, the alleged gunman has since been identified as Cole Allen from Torrance. The president releasing a photo of the suspect on Truth Social, as well as video that appears to show the moment this all unfolded. The event was ultimately canceled. The president then addressed members of the press from the White House.
That was very unexpected, but incredibly acted upon by Secret Service and law enforcement. And this was an event dedicated to freedom of speech that was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members of the press. And in a certain way it did, because the fact that they just unified.
This might be a script.
Totally unified. It was in one way very beautiful, a very beautiful thing to see a man charge a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons.
Yeah, this shit might be a script.
It was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly.
The president ended his remarks by vowing to reschedule the White House Correspondents' Dinner within the next 30 days, and again commending that very swift.
This might be a script, y'all.
Jory and Liz.
Okay, Madison, thank you. There was heavy security in and around the Washington Hilton where the Correspondents' Dinner is held every year.
No,
It
I don't want to hear
is
that.
extremely difficult to get into the ballroom.
No, it wasn't.
But it is a hotel with people in and out at all hours. The suspect apparently rented a room in the hotel and brought all that weaponry with him into the lobby.
Officials are now commending law enforcement for preventing what they say could have been so much worse.
No.
The American public should be proud of the quick response and heroic actions from law enforcement officers tonight to keep the American public safe.
This individual was intent on doing as much harm and as much damage as he could. And thankfully, because of the checkpoint right outside the ballroom, where thousands of people were situated to hear the President of the United States, because that checkpoint worked, there was no one who was injured when it was clear where this defendant was going.
Tonight, we saw exactly what our brave men and women do each and every day.
Man, hell, I ain't buying none of this shit y'all
It's not
saying.
easy, and I will tell you that they performed admirably.
Thank God for our partners, the FBI, the Secret Service, the Metropolitan Police. All of them tonight acted so quickly that they prevented what could have been a horrific event where we were all sitting there in one room.
The Secret Service director says President Trump has spoken with the agent who was shot. The U.S. attorney says the suspect is charged with it, will be charged with assault on a federal officer with a deadly weapon, in addition to weapons charges.
I ain't got not
She says
one
many
pop.
more charges are still expected.
The gunman, meantime, entered the Washington Hilton tonight armed with a shotgun, a handgun, and multiple knives, sprinting past a security checkpoint outside.
How he ain't got not one shot?
Vice President and
Good government has to do several.
and
Good government.
How he ain't got not one shot, Charles?
Good evening, South Florida. I'm Magda Luisa in for JC Birch.
I'm Sanella Sabovic, and we do begin with chaos at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Less than 25 minutes ago, we noticed something come up behind President Trump, someone, and start whispering into his ear. You see those images right there from inside of the ballroom of the Washington Hilton Hotel. And then just seconds later, you can see Secret Service agents rush in from the right side of your screen, start to whisk everyone away. Among them, Vice President J.D. Vance. The Associated Press reporter inside reports that people were saying, quote, out of the way, out of the way. At the same time, agents first cover President Trump, get him to the ground, and then out of what they feared was get him out of harm's way. The White House just releasing a statement saying both the president and vice president are fine this evening. Some guests were told ducked under tables, but the most of the crowded room rushed to the exit at the head table, agents with long guns, their eyes peeled. At this moment, all we know is that there was some, quote, unspecified threat. We will keep following the events out of Washington and have more for you coming up on later editions of Local 10 News and, of course, on local10.com.
Right.
Good evening, South Florida. I'm Magda Luisa in. Good afternoon.
Hey, y'all see.
The senior White House correspondent.
Good afternoon, everyone. Later today, President Trump and the First Lady will welcome King Charles and Queen Camilla for a state visit here at the White House. First Lady Melania Trump has led all of the preparation for the state visit, which will honor the long-standing and special relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom. As I told many of you on Friday afternoon, I thought that would be my last time taking your questions until after my maternity leave. But given the attempted assassination of the president and, quote, top Trump administration officials, as the depraved shooter noted in his manifesto at the White House Correspondents Association dinner on Saturday evening.
So what's in the manifesto?
I felt it was prudent to be here today to answer your questions and inform the American people about how the administration is responding to yet another attempt on President Trump's life. Saturday was supposed to be a joyful evening, celebrating free speech and the First Amendment with all of you, members of the press. Instead, the night was hijacked by a crazed anti-Trump individual who traveled across the country to assassinate the president and as many administration officials as possible. This is the third major assassination attempt against President Trump in 2 years. No other president in history has faced such repeated, serious attempts on his life. First and foremost, the president, the first lady, and everyone in this White House are extraordinarily grateful to the brave law enforcement professionals who sprang into action to apprehend the would-be assassin and keep all of us safe. The president would especially like to express his gratitude to the men and women of the United States Secret Service who acted with the utmost professionalism, courage, and sense of duty. This includes the heroic agent who took a bullet to the chest. Thankfully, he was saved by his bulletproof vest. Minutes after returning here to the White House to the Oval Office, despite fighting Secret Service to try to stay and keep the dinner going on Saturday, ahead of addressing you here in the briefing room, President Trump was intent on speaking to this brave agent to ensure he was okay. And the agent assured the president that he was. As you know, I was seated next to President Trump and the First Lady when the shots were fired before Secret Service swiftly moved us to safety backstage. The president's calm in the face of chaos, while yet another individual was trying to take his life, was really remarkable to witness, and it's something I will never forget. President Trump is fearless because he loves this country, and he is willing to put his own life on the line to deliver on the promises that he made to the American public who elected him here into the highest office in the land. And while we are blessed to have a fearless president, we should not live in a country where such constant fear of political violence permeates our society every single day. We can and we should have fierce disagreement in this country. As you all know, we disagree often, myself in this role and all of you in the news media, but those disagreements must remain peaceful. Debating, peaceful protesting, and voting on how we need to settle disagreements, not bullets. Not bullets. Nobody in recent years.
She thought she had it.
And now you knew.
She thought she had it.
Doors pretty closed, pretty shut.
See, President, he getting his Mac on. Like Macaroni Tony. So, and again, I'm gonna tell y'all, like, the reason why I show it at different angles is because it's different cameras in there, so it's different videos. So I'm really just basically cycling through the videos, showing y'all so y'all can get a view of really what went down, man. And y'all just heard from the president what he said. Y'all heard what he said. Y'all heard how he felt about it. He said this man should go get a job from the NFL. Oh man, he should get a job from the NFL. One of a kind, bro. But just breaking that whole shit down, bro, like, it's shocking to me, man, that he could get so close. It's shocking to me that he could get that far up on the commanding leader, you know, the leader that's in charge of us, you know. That's tough, man. That's a tough situation to be in. And it's like, how is he in that? Why is he in that? You know, people with that much artillery supposed to get stopped at the gate. They not even supposed to make it through a certain perimeter. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not even supposed to make it through a certain perimeter. You're not even supposed to be that. You're not gonna even get that close up on me, man. I'm the president, and you getting searched. Everything getting searched after a certain point. Everything getting searched because I know you coming to where I'm coming to. So I'm trying to have shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even.
Who stormed the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Prosecutors say he spent weeks planning an assassination of the president.
It's going to be a certain
Truitt has been tracking the very latest on what is now the third alleged attempt on President Trump's life, Brandon. Well, David, the salads were just being served Saturday night when nearly 2,500 guests heard gunshots and ducked under their tables. The president and other high-level officials were whisked away. And tonight, CBS News has learned the alleged gunman used an interior stairwell at that hotel to bypass heavily monitored areas. 31-year-old Cole Allen appeared in court Monday for charges related to the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner over the weekend.
Anyone who thinks that Washington, D.C. is the place to act out political violence, we will find you, we will track your steps from the inception of your plan, and we will prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
Allen, a teacher from California, is facing 2 weapons charges, along with attempting to assassinate the President of the United States. Video shows the alleged gunman sprinting through metal detectors and opening fire in a hallway near the entrance of the ballroom. Inside, President Trump, the vice president, and other cabinet members were rushed to safety. Boston Globe reporter Aidan Ryan was also in the room and started recording.
My instinct was just to try to, protect myself if there was something happening. But I think that the main emotion I had was just confusion.
No one inside the ballroom was injured, but a Secret Service officer was shot in his bulletproof vest and is expected to be okay.
This heroic officer who was hit fired 5 times at Allen, who was not shot but fell to the ground and was promptly arrested.
Authorities tell CBS News Allen took a train to D.C. from California and crossed multiple state lines with firearms, including a shotgun, pistol, and knives.
This is the third major assassination attempt on President Trump in 2 years, and it's raising new questions about security protocols.
Obviously, we do need to look at security measures when you're going to gather that many people there.
And last night, the president praised Secret Service for their work in an interview with 60 Minutes. But today, the White House announced it was reviewing protocols for the president's future events. The alleged gunman has a detention hearing on Thursday.
Brandon, thank you.
On the
Man, y'all hear this?
On the man.
So, y'all heard what's going on, man. This shit for real.
Advisor, we are continuing our coverage of Saturday's shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Federal authorities, they're just providing an update on the investigation and suspect. He has been identified as 31-year-old Cole Allen, charged with using a firearm during a crime of violence, assault on a federal officer using a dangerous weapon, and attempting to assassinate the President of the United States. Prosecutors say the suspect traveled across the country to carry out this attack from where he lived near Los Angeles to Chicago and finally to D.C. He was armed, they say, with a shotgun, handgun, and 3 knives, but never breached the room where the event, where a number of journalists, Trump administration officials, and the president himself were sitting. During that press conference just moments ago, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche said law enforcement did not fail and did exactly what they were supposed to do. Let's bring in Anna Schecter, head of our Crime and Public Safety Unit. So, Anna, that statement aside, we just has some questions.
But he was close. You heard it.
And people who were there, questions about how this was able to happen.
That's why I played the videos with so many
behind the most serious charge attempting to assassinate.
So you heard it. You've seen everybody's reaction from different cameras.
He charged through those metal detectors. He was armed with that shotgun.
Oh, he was close.
He is being charged with discharging that. It's unclear if the gun went
off
when
close.
He fell. It clearly says in the affidavit that he fell. So that's a little bit of new information that we've gotten over the last couple of hours. But then also in the affidavit, they actually copy and paste from this email that we've been reporting on for the last more than 24 hours that he timed to send to his family just as he was carrying out the attack.
So a manifesto
the excerpt that they include in this affidavit lists out his targets, naming administration officials, high ranking to low ranking. So what he means is in order of his priorities, top ranking officials are his priority. Interestingly enough, he excluded Kash Patel, the FBI director, in that. But then there's another line that I think is important for us to report on. He also states that he's willing to plow through anyone who was also there because they willingly purchased a ticket to essentially hear President Donald Trump speak. So all of that is included, and surely prosecutors are going to lean heavily on that because it speaks to intent. Now, the other thing I think is interesting is they're stressing that he crossed state lines with these weapons, which is also, he can be charged with a federal offense. But I expect to see
from
some
California.
More charges,
he was the average Joe. Pulled up on
even terrorism-related charges if they find they have the evidence. But they
was able to rent a room, the same president in the same hotel the president was going to be in.
Okay, so let's go back to sort of the aftermath and the security review post-attack. How are law enforcement agencies handling that review?
How you able to rent a room
great question. I think
in the same hotel that the president gonna be in with weapons?
The president of the United States and top cabinet officials, why were they allowed to be there at a hotel where anyone could rent a hotel room and check into the hotel? So that is a fundamental question. Now, what the Secret Service is saying is that they secured the perimeter of the event and that they did not everything right, but that everything went as planned and that the assailant was not able to gain entry into the ballroom. Now, just within the last couple of hours, we just got a statement from the Secret Service.
Somebody need to get fired.
They are acknowledging that they need to take a look at how this person was able to get inside the hotel in the first place.
With firearms.
That's actually a big moment and a big step, and kind of pitch perfect if they want to portray that they know that not everything went perfectly and they need to reassess given this incredibly high threat environment. Lindsay, we've been doing this for a long time. I don't think I've ever seen so many factors with the war in Iran, heightened political rhetoric, increasing numbers of
political threats and political violence in this country. So it's a new ball game, and the Secret Service is having to completely reorient based on this threat environment.
Now, y'all listening?
That time differential that Matt Gutman was talking about in the special report there, because when they laid out the timeline, they said that the president and first lady entered the building at 8 p.m. That the suspect, according to Judge Jeanine Pirro, now the U.S. attorney for D.C., said the suspect knew they entered the building at 8 p.m. and rushed the building at 8:40. But Matt said that he and many other people in that ballroom started rolling at 8:34. So there's sort of
8:34. Yes, and my colleagues and I were sort of combing through this document and picking things like that out. Look, I don't read too much into that. I see a lot of indictments. This is a very high profile one. They probably should have said approximately 8:34 or 8:35 p.m. Instead, they went with approximately 8:40. I'm not sure why they did that, but police and prosecutors, there's a team of people working on this document, and it's a chaotic environment, lots of new information coming through. They're getting new interviews with family members, and maybe it was an oversight, but I just don't read that much into it because I see these types of mistakes all the time.
Okay, Anna Schechter, we will talk to you more tonight on the Daily Report. Thank you. Let's bring in CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro. Aaron, we know that you were inside when all of this unfolded, and I'm sorry to keep making you sort of relive it. If you want to move past this, we certainly can. But if you want to talk about your experience,
I'm not going to keep saying this. How?
Lindsay, thanks for asking. I was at one of the tables near the main entrance.
Wow.
That should the gunman have gotten past the magnometers and the Secret Service, the tables where I sat with many of my CBS News colleagues and some other administration guests would have been the first tables the shooter could have potentially seen. Thankfully, that was not the case. We heard about 4 to 5 loud thuds. At first, there was a thought that crossed my mind that maybe it was something from the kitchen, plates falling, and then you started to smell what was gunpowder, as it was revealed later, as we learned. From then on, I went down to the lower platform in the ballroom and took cover along with some of my other colleagues and other guests as I saw Secret Service agents kind of jump from table to table as well as approach the podium to secure the vice president, the president, and many of the high-ranking officials that were there. After that, you started to hear rumblings from both the administration officials as well as Secret Service that the shooter had been taken down, and we were waiting for the all clear before me and some of my other colleagues were escorted out of the building and went to the bureau and then eventually the White House, where I was able to be in the press briefing room during the president's remarks after the shooting.
Well, thank you for sharing that experience.
That's why I showed them different angles, so you could see
how close you were.
Different reactions.
How would you say the White House is responding to this? And has the president said anything about this since not only his press conference that night, but his interview with 60 Minutes?
60 Minutes, yes.
I'll start with his interview with 60 Minutes. The president, when asked kind of about the timeline, the seconds of getting him off the stage,
I'm about to pull up the press conference
in a way that he did not make it easy for Secret Service because he wanted to see what was going on.
I'll pull up the press conference.
Okay, well, we're back, unfortunately, with another shooting targeting the Trump administration last night, and
I'm about to pull up his press conference.
John, I need you to come with us.
Why? I've answered all your questions. I don't understand.
We've spoken with your... Fruit!
Life!
Everything.
Trump.
Chris Becker,
as I mentioned earlier, wanted to get back.
Okay, mic check's good. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So
mic check. 1,
this
2,
is
1, 2. Good. Thank you.
We watched. We seen.
Did you get it?
We seen Trump's. We seen Trump's. So we seen Trump's. We seen his first. We seen his first interview with 60 Minutes. This the press conference that he had right after. So this what he got to say right after that shit happened. This what he gonna say. So like I said, like I'm trying to see exactly what the fuck he had to say right after it. That's the one I was looking for, but I found 60 minutes.
Right here, 1 2 1 2.
So
Testing. David Smart.
This should be interesting, man. You ain't gonna never get this. You ain't gonna get this no more from a president, man. Like what he on, what he talking about. You ain't gonna get this from the president no more. Trust and believe. Like you gotta know this. This is history.
Good job.
This history.
I'll get it. Is everybody okay? Yes. Sorry for the hopping over the fence here. Thank you.
Hey, this history. I ain't gonna even lie. This history.
Well, thank you very much. That was very unexpected, but incredibly acted upon by Secret Service and law enforcement. And this was an event dedicated to freedom of speech that was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members of the press. And in a certain way it did, because the fact that they just unified, I saw a room that was just totally unified. It was in one way very beautiful, a very beautiful thing to see. A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly and have just released, for purposes of transparency, clarity, I've ordered it to be put out. You probably have it by now. Put out on Truth and put out on many other platforms. A tape showing the violence of this thug that attacked our Constitution, showing how quickly Secret Service and law enforcement acted on our country's behalf. Really did a great job. One officer was shot, but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close, a very powerful gun, and the vest did the job. I just spoke to the officer, and he's doing great. He's in great shape. He has very high spirits, and we told him we love him and respect him, and he's a very proud guy. He's very proud of what he does, Secret Service agent. And we looked at all of the conditions that took place tonight, and I will say, you know, it's not a particularly secure building. And I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's a much more, it's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before. But everyone owes a tremendous debt of gratitude to the courage of law enforcement, the law enforcement, and working with
now
the
I'm definitely
police.
saying who wrote
Just
this
spoke
script.
with the mayor, and when we're finished, the police chief is going to take over and discuss it also from their viewpoint. But they also performed exactly as they were supposed to, and you see the attacker in different positions, but you also see the attacker totally subdued and under control. So as you know, this is not the first time in the past couple of years that our republic has been attacked by a would-be assassin who sought to kill. In Butler, Pennsylvania, less than 2 years ago, you all know that story, and in Palm Beach, Florida, a few months after that, we came close. We really had, again, we had some great work done by law enforcement. But in light of this evening's events, I ask that all Americans recommit with their hearts in resolving our difference peacefully. We have to resolve our differences. I will say, you had Republicans, Democrats, independents, conservatives, liberals, and progressives. Those words are interchangeable, perhaps, but maybe they're not. But yet everybody in that room, big crowd, record-setting crowd. There was a record-setting group of people. And there was a tremendous amount of love and coming together. I watched, and I was very, very impressed by that. But we were, First Lady and I were taken very well care of, very quickly rushed off the stage. Vice President J.D. Vance, who's here, was likewise beautifully done. He was just saying how quickly everybody acted, law enforcement, Secret Service in particular in this case, but law enforcement. Marco had the same thing. Pete was there. Pete didn't want any help. He didn't want anybody to help. He doesn't want anybody to help him, but he did get some, didn't you? And I think you also said that it was very impressive. So with that, I'd like to ask Todd Blanche to come up, say a few words, and tell you it's already underway. The man has been captured. They're going to his apartment. I guess he lives in California.
Right.
And he's a sick person, a very sick person.
In Cali.
And we don't want things like this to happen. I think it's very important that I say, though, and I told the representatives of the evening, they did such a beautiful job. It was such a beautiful evening. And again, they're talking about free speech in our Constitution. That's what it's all about, not just White House correspondence. It was really based on free speech in our Constitution. But I said very importantly that we'll do it again within the next 30 days, and we'll make it bigger and better and even nicer. So I just want to thank everybody that was involved. I also want to thank the press, the media. You've been very responsible in your coverage. I will say I've been seeing what's been out. You've been very responsible. So Todd Blanche, I'd like to say a few words. I know we're going to have cash, and then you're going to go on. We can ask, I guess we can take a couple of questions. I want to thank the First Lady that was a rather traumatic experience for her. There was a lot of action taking place up there very quickly. But again, the response time was really incredible. And we're going to reschedule. We're going to do it again. We're not going to let anybody take over our society. We're not going to cancel things.
Trying to run it back.
Because we can't do that. We wanted to stay tonight. I will tell you, I fought like hell to stay. But it was protocol. They said, please, sir, because they didn't know there was a lot of action going on, and they didn't know could there be probably a lone shooter, but we'll find out. We'll find out very quickly. They have it very well under control. So I want to thank everybody very much. And Todd Blanche, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Tonight you saw the very worst and the very best of this country. You saw the very worst by the actions of that coward that the president just talked about.
Man.
But you also saw the very best because you saw law enforcement do exactly what they're supposed to do. And you'll see the videos come out, I expect, very shortly, and you'll see law enforcement do exactly what we want them to do. And so I echo what what President Trump just said, that we are extraordinarily grateful and appreciative of the men and women of law enforcement that did their jobs tonight, including one who was injured. This investigation is ongoing. I expect you will see charges filed shortly. The charges should be self-evident given the conduct, but as you'll hear, there will be multiple charges surrounding the shooting, around the possession of firearms, and anything else that we can get on this guy. The investigation is obviously ongoing and just started. There is federal law enforcement already working on search warrants and doing their job, and I don't want to get ahead of them and don't want to get ahead of the work that they're doing even as we speak. Director Patel and I were just on the crime scene a short while ago, and everybody in this room should rest assured that the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI, Secret Service, everybody's on the scene doing their job. I know that the police chief is going to give an update from the scene as soon as we're finished here, and I obviously will lead the details of what they have learned to him. But in the meantime, I just want to thank everybody in this room for the courage, and I want to thank President Trump for his words, and I promise you, justice will be served. Thank you, Director Patel.
Thank you, General. Thank you, Mr. President. The President's absolutely right. You saw the best resolve of American law enforcement because you, Mr. President, inspire them 24/7, 365. You give them the resources that they need, and they know that you have their back. And that is a changing dynamic in this country, and that's why you saw brave Secret Service agents respond immediately, swiftly, subdue and take down the suspect, and safeguard the lives of thousands of individuals at that hotel. Thanks to our interagency partnership with the Department of Homeland Security and the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI was rapidly deployed onto the scene, took over the evidence response unit, is examining all the ballistics that were found on scene to include the long gun and the shell casings. We are conducting witness interviews as we speak. You will hear from our team on the scene there with the mayor and the head of the FBI field division there. But please know what the Attorney General has just said reigns no truer. You saw the very best of America tonight. The very best unite us at a time of uncertainty, because we have leadership here with the President and Vice President that backs law enforcement, and the men and women that I shook their hands on the scene today could not have been prouder to show up on scene. And as the Attorney General said, make no mistake, we are conducting witness interviews. If you have any information whatsoever related to this event, 1-800-CALL FBI. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, thank you for your leadership, Attorney General and Homeland Secretary Mullen. Thank you for your partnership in law enforcement.
Thank you. Okay, we'll do a couple and then we go to the chair. Madam Chairman, I just want to say you did a fantastic job. What a beautiful evening, and we're going to reschedule. After that, it's very tough for her to ask a killer question, right? But you have done a fantastic job. Please.
Mr. President, I appreciate it. As you mentioned, it all happened so quickly. And I wonder, especially because unfortunately you have experience with these sorts of threats, in that moment when you realized there was a threat and service agents were telling us to get down, can you describe what was going through your mind, how you were feeling?
Actually, it's always shocking when something like this happens. It's happened to me a little bit, and that never changes. The fact we were sitting right next to each other, First Lady, am I right? And I heard a noise and sort of thought it was a tray. I thought it was a tray going down. I've heard that many times, and it was a pretty loud noise. And it was from quite far away. He hadn't reached the area at all. They really got him. But, so it was quite far away, but it was a gun. And some people really understood that pretty quickly. Other people didn't. I was watching to see what was happening. Probably should have gone down even faster. Melania was very cognizant, I think, of what happened. I think she knew immediately what happened. She was saying, it's a bad noise. And we were whisked away along with other people, but we were really whisked away. And again, the performance of the Secret Service and the police, all of the law enforcement, I thought was really good. So it was very quick. There wasn't a lot of time to be thinking, because it was a matter of seconds before we were out the door and gone into an area. We very much, and you wanted to too, we very much wanted to continue it, because I don't like to let these sick people, these thugs, these horrible, horrible people change the fabric of our life, change the course of what we do. So we held out. You were there. We held out right till the end, but they didn't want to take a chance, and I understand it was protocol. But we're going to be doing one hopefully within the next 30 days or sooner, and I am ready, willing, and able, and I was all set to really rip it. And I said to my people, this would be the most inappropriate speech ever made if I said one. So I'll have to save it. I don't know if I could ever be as rough as I was going to be tonight. I think I'm going to be probably very nice. I'll be very boring the next time, but we're going to have a great event. And you did a fantastic job. Thank you very much. Peter, go ahead.
Thank you, President Trump. There's a report in the New York Post that this assailant assembled his weapon somewhere on site at the hotel. What do you think about that? And I ask respectfully, why do you think this keeps happening to you?
Well, you know, I've studied assassinations, and I must tell you, the most impactful people, the people that do the most, you take a look at the people, Abraham Lincoln, I mean, you go through the people that have gone through this, where they got them. But the people that do the most, the people that make the biggest impact, they're the ones that they go after. They don't go after the ones that don't do much because they like it that way. And when you look at the people that have either, whether it was an attempt or a successful attempt, they're very impactful people. Just take a look at the names there, the big names. And I hate to say I'm honored by that, but I've done a lot. We've done a lot. We've taken this country, and we were a laughing stock for years, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We've changed this country. And there are a lot of people that are not happy about that. So I think that's the answer, Peter.
And after Butler, your
was sealed, and that was it, because we have no choice. We can't let as an
compete in international events in which they're released far from home and must find a way back. As prizes have risen up into the millions, the birds have become targets for what insiders call.
This is the perfect pair for your iPhone. And it replaces 3 different chargers. This is the Ridge magnetic power.
Security at one of the most highly protected buildings on Earth during the... How did Cole Thomas Allen bypass security at one of the most highly protected buildings on Earth during the 3rd assassination attempt on our president, Donald J. Trump? To understand how, let's take a look at this 3D model of the Hilton Hotel that we put together just 12 hours ago. The event was split across 2 floors, the terrace and the concourse. The guests had to clear security at the bottom of the stairs just to access the ballroom, which held the president, the first lady, and top government officials. So how did the shooter bypass these checkpoints? Well, he simply traveled from LA and checked in as a regular hotel guest. Security was full of blind spots, including zero luggage screening at the front doors. When he finally hit the main checkpoint, he charged in guns blazing, carrying a shotgun, a pistol, and several knives. It begs the question, what if he hadn't been stopped? Had the Secret Service failed on those stairs, the assassin would have made it to the ballroom. Walking freely right through this passage, he almost certainly would have wiped out the entire American leadership. This part 1, the assassin behind the plan. To understand what happened on the night of April 25th, 2026, you first need to understand who Cole Thomas Allen was. Born April 11, 1995, Allen attended the California Institute of Technology from 2013 to 2017. But beneath that ordinary surface, something was building. On the evening of April 25th, roughly 10 minutes before he made his move, Allen sent family members a written statement calling himself the friendly federal assassin, expressing deep anti-Trump sentiments and clearly stating he wanted to target administration officials. He had purchased a shotgun legally in August 2025 and also owned a semi-automatic pistol purchased in 2023. Both purchases required FBI background checks, which he passed. He had no criminal record. He had no restraining orders. Nothing in the system marked him as a threat. This brings us to part 2, the journey to Washington. Allen checked into the Washington Hilton on Friday, the day before the event. He had traveled from Los Angeles to Chicago by train, and then from Chicago to Washington, D.C. He was not flagged. He was not stopped.
Nowhere.
But how on earth could someone with a disassembled long gun check into a hotel room where the president was scheduled to speak?
Average Joe.
The answer is simple. Nobody even looked at the guest's luggage. His bags went completely unchecked on Friday afternoon, and all of his belongings remained unchecked as late as 5:00 p.m. on the day of the event. Allen spent Friday night in his hotel room where he assembled his weapons and waited. Here is part 3, the dinner begins. At 8:00 p.m., the Washington Hilton's International Ballroom, built deep underground beneath the hotel, was packed with 2,600 guests in black tie. The hotel's layout for this event can be divided into two main sections.
This
the
is
terrace
average
level,
Joe,
and
y'all.
just below it, the concourse or lower level. This subterranean room was the exact location where the president, the first lady, the vice president, the FBI director, the secretary of state, the attorney general, the EPA administrator, and the secretary of health and human services were gathered. Effectively, the entire executive leadership of the United States government was seated together in a single confined space. Meanwhile, Allen was making his move. Preliminary investigations determined that he used a stairwell to descend from his hotel room down to the terrace level, carrying his firearms in a bag. He walked down those stairs calmly. He knew exactly where the checkpoint was, and he knew exactly what he was walking toward. So how did he breach the perimeter? We look to part 4, the breach. Using his room key, Allen walked through the hotel lobby and corridors like any other guest. Security cameras recorded him carrying a shotgun, a handgun, and multiple knives, completely unchallenged. At approximately 8:36 p.m. Eastern Time, Allen was finally confronted by security near the main metal detector screening area, just outside the ballroom doors. He sprinted past the initial security barricades and opened fire. At least 2 shots rang out as he engaged the security forces. A member of the Secret Service Uniform Division returned fire just before Allen was apprehended, though the shot missed amid the chaos. Allen was immediately swarmed, tackled, pinned face down to the ground, and handcuffed right at the magnetometers. He never made it through the ballroom doors.
C-Dance 2.0 is now on Artlist.
We ain't trying to hear that.
What you want.
I'll take a robbery.
We ain't trying to hear
Over the
that.
mistakes, this leads to part 5. The security loopholes. What went wrong? Loophole 1. The hotel guest exemption. The most fundamental flaw in the entire security plan was this: registered hotel guests were not subjected to early screening.
We ain't trying to hear
Loophole
that.
2. No luggage screening at check-in. An attendee staying in the room next to Allen's confirmed that nobody checked luggage during hotel check-in on Friday or even as late as 5 o'clock p.m. on Saturday. Loophole 3. The manifesto that arrived too late. Allen sent his written manifesto to family members roughly 10 minutes before the attack began. Although his brother notified local police, the warning simply came too late to act upon. Loophole 4. Legal gun purchases with no red flags. Allen purchased his shotgun legally in August 2025, passing an FBI background check.
Right.
His pistol was also purchased legally in 2023 with a cleared background check.
Right, ain't
Nothing
nothing
in the
wrong with
system
that.
marked him as a threat. Loophole 5. A public hotel hosting a presidential event. Trump himself addressed this vulnerability directly following the attack. He posted on social media stating this event would never have happened with the militarily top secret ballroom currently under construction at the White House. This brings us to part 8. What if he had breached the checkpoint? If Allen had pushed past those agents, or if the security detail had been fewer in number, slower to react, or simply overwhelmed, he would have entered a subterranean room with nowhere for the crowd to escape. In a densely confined underground ballroom, a shotgun is among the most devastating weapons imaginable.
He would have
The
got
casualty
jiggy.
potential in that room, even in the brief seconds before tactical agents could neutralize a threat already inside the perimeter, is almost unthinkable. Had the attack succeeded, the United States would have faced a constitutional crisis unlike anything in modern history. The president, the vice president, and much of the executive cabinet could have been incapacitated simultaneously, in the exact same room. But if this was the 3rd attempt on the president's life, what exactly happened during the first 2? While the second attempt takes us to West Palm Beach, Florida, home to the prestigious Trump International Golf Club. This exclusive private club offers its members world-class amenities, including 27 holes of championship golf. Now let's examine the positions of Mr. Donald Trump and the shooter. Currently, Mr. Trump is positioned at the 5th hole, while the shooter was reportedly waiting behind the chain-link fences in close proximity. Based on the analysis, Trump was approximately 300 to 500 yards away from the gunman at the time, which is approximately 200 to 457 meters. This visual representation provides a clearer understanding of the layout and the critical distance between the 2 individuals during the incident. Now that we understand the gunman's position, we can piece together his actions. He arrived in a black Nissan SUV and parked somewhere in the vicinity, likely choosing a discreet location to avoid drawing attention. After extensive scouting, he began searching for the ideal vantage point, carefully timing his movements. His aim was to strike at the precise moment when Mr. Trump would reach the 5th hole of the golf course. In this animation, we can see the president making his way across the course in a golf cart, unaware of the imminent danger. Little did he know the assassin was waiting for the last 12 hours to take his best shot against the president. As stated, the assailant was armed with an SKS and not an AK-47, as earlier reported. As the president stepped out of the golf cart and prepared to take his shot, a Secret Service agent noticed something suspicious. The suspect had inserted the barrel of his rifle through a gap in the chain-link fence on the outskirts of Trump International Golf Course. This took place at approximately 1:28 or 1:29 p.m. The moment the rifle barrel emerged through the chain fence, the Secret Service acted swiftly. Shots were fired at around 1:30 p.m., neutralizing the threat before the gunman could execute his plan.
Damn, I didn't even know
The
this.
suspect, identified as Ryan Wesley Ralph, 58, intended to create shock and awe,
I didn't even know
capturing the
this.
entire incident on his GoPro camera. His objective was to sow division among the American people and potentially incite a civil war. Upon inspecting the sniper's location, investigators discovered 2 bags and a ceramic tile, items that may have been part of his setup or escape plan.
Yeah, I didn't even know this.
As soon as the Secret Service agent fired at the suspect, he fled the scene. The suspect likely escaped using the same black Nissan SUV. He arrived in, leaving behind the weapon and other items in his haste. But it all started on July 13, 2024, with the very first assassination attempt. In Butler, the building the shooter climbed was technically outside of the rally venue, and the Secret Service didn't sweep it. It fell through the cracks, which still falls to the Secret Service because it means nobody checked to ensure the plan was implemented correctly. But before we move ahead, let's map out the basic positions of all the parties involved. First, we have the President Donald J. Trump's podium. And just beside him are 3 bleachers where a selected audience is seated. Behind them is the sniper team, which can be divided into north and south positions, located on 3 buildings.
Now, this the one almost made history.
Sniper Team North is located on the first building, while on the 3rd building you can find Sniper Team South. Almost sandwiched in between are these trees, which provided some cover from the Secret Service Sniper Team North. Finally, we have the shooter, who climbed from one of those ladders and selected this position to take out his target. This is what the shooter is likely using: an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. When ready, he squeezes the trigger, firing 3 bullets in a controlled manner. But there's another kind of assassin out there, and this one is targeting our phones and laptops, so you really need a military-grade VPN. Think of Surfshark VPN as your frontline defense. It scans and detects threats, alerting you to thousands of dangerous emails up on the ear.
What would you tell someone who knows exactly what to do but can't make themselves do it?
A money-back guarantee. Let's map out each of the bullets in detail. Out of the 3 bullets fired, the first bullet hit Mr. Trump on the ear. This is the same round that also hit 2 audience members in Bleacher 3, rendering one of them in critical conditions. Let's move the camera to a top angle to show the line along which the bullet traveled. Next, 2 more bullets were fired. One of them hit a tractor, which was being used as a makeshift array for speakers. These rounds also hit a hydraulic lever, causing it to burst, almost dropping the speakers. The last 5 shots were probably fired in semi-automatic mode. One of these bullets sadly hit an attendee, and our condolences goes out to his family. In total, around 7 to 8 bullets were likely fired by the shooter. Here is a map of all the bullets fired to help you understand better. Everybody was complaining about the Secret Service sniper for taking 2 minutes to take out the shooter. But let's take a look from the sniper's point of view. First of all, we have these tree lines that could have obstructed the Sniper Team North, while the Sniper Team South had a clear line of sight. Here are 2 scenarios circulating on the internet. In scenario 1, the leaves and branches of the tree covered almost 90% of the shooter's entire position.
Thanks.
However, for an experienced shooter, this would have been possible to manage. He might have fired the shot and took out the threat. Let's look at scenario 2. The distance from Sniper South to the shooter was around 600 to 700 feet. This is also a possible shot and can be accounted for by assuming that Sniper Team South took out the shooter from this range. When ready, he took his shot and fired his rifle with a 308 Winchester round, taking out the shooter. So maybe there was some miscommunication between the 2 teams regarding who should take out the shooter, resulting in a delay of around 2 minutes when the threat was detected on the roof. Let me know what you think in the comments section should the second sniper team reacted much faster. At around 5:10, Crooks was first identified as a person of interest. and 530 Crooks was spotted with a rangefinder. 552 Crooks was spotted on the roof by the Secret Service. As stated, the gunman was positioned outside the rally venue, approximately 400 to 500 feet away from where Trump was speaking. As discussed, the police sniper was located at this position. They were then alerted and started aiming at the suspected shooter. When ready, the bolt-action rifle bullet traveled a range of around 600 to 700 feet. However, this weapon can inflict damage at a range of around 1,200 to 1,300 yards. This is well beyond the shooter 500 feet limit. From the top angle, this is what it looks like when replaying how the bullet missed Mr. Trump as he moved his head at the last millisecond. Interestingly, this bullet would have hit the former president if his head had been turned towards the audience as shown here in this visualization. At this moment, Trump remains low to the ground surrounded by agents, who could be heard on the rally microphone discussing which vehicle would be used to move the former president away from the scene. Let's fast forward this event here. At 6:40, the former president was ushered to this black armored vehicle. This takes him to the nearest Butler Memorial Hospital, approximately 11 miles away. We make original videos from scratch and animated by humans, so please subscribe to not miss a beat.
Subscribe is how you stop explaining the same thing over and over at work. Watch this. It'll change your life. Raise your hand.
So, damn. So,
wondering if you're in line for a tax refund?
y'all hear it, man.
We'll show you
Y'all
how.
hear it firsthand.
What's up, everybody?
Y'all hear it firsthand.
Just wanted to
man.
reach out. You know, straight shooter in the house, Stephen A. Smith coming at you. We all know a lot about what happened this weekend, and you know, some other innocuous, frivolous stuff on my YouTube channel I'll be addressing a little bit later on in the show. But for the purposes of what transpired this weekend, I felt the need to address it because I was there. I was in the room.
Stephen A. Smith was in there.
And it was a crazy, crazy experience to say the least. First of all, we all know by now that a shooter penetrated the perimeter at the Washington Hilton Hotel, the site and the location of the White House Correspondents' Dinner that took place this past Saturday night. I, as an employee of Disney who works for ESPN, ABC is also owned by Disney, and the honchos for ABC invited me as their personal guest, and it was wild, to say the least. Somebody had rushed through the perimeter. We now learned it was a second grade school teacher, and he was trying to do some harm. Just to give y'all just a quick account of it, walking into the place, you had to walk a couple of blocks just to get to the hotel because obviously some of the stuff was shielded off. So you got a lot of conspiracy theorists out there proclaiming that this was all rigged, it was planned, it was coordinated or whatever. Me personally, people can have their opinions, their conjecture, whatever, but it would be irresponsible for me or any journalist to jump to that conclusion. We're not going to do that. And being in the room and seeing what we saw, I can tell you that it didn't feel that way. I can let you know that. I was sitting at a table approximately 10 to 15 feet to the right of the President of the United States. The Vice President was sitting a few seats down to the President's left, for a bit further away. They were on opposite ends of the podium, or the table rather. Nevertheless, what happened is that I heard a pop. I heard two shots. And I didn't know what the hell was going on. And then the next thing you know, you just heard commotion and you saw Secret Service running in there and running up to the Vice President and then to the President to shield them and to get them the hell up out of there. Meanwhile, they were screaming at all of us to get down, get down. And what I saw was, whether it was Secret Service or law enforcement with an AR rifle, looked like it, I don't know, it was an AK-47 AR rifle. I don't know what the hell it was. Aiming it into the crowd. And that's where the panic sort of kicked in, because in the moment that it was transpiring, we weren't sure if the shooter was in the actual room with the journalist. Now, just a minute or so ago, I brought up the fact that as we were walking in, there were protesters. Protesters were screaming about the Epstein files. They were screaming about the war in Iran. They were screaming about the United States working in concert with Israel to engage in genocide and stuff like these are the kind of things that they were saying outside the Washington Hilton Hotel as they were protesting. And while they were saying these things, they were aiming their ire at the media. They weren't even talking about the president or the vice president. They were talking about the media because they feel that the media has not done its job and has engaged in the dereliction of duty by not pointing out some of the transgressions that they perceive this administration to be committing. So that's what was going on before the incident happened. And then when you heard the pop, that's the sound that I heard. And you saw Secret Service running towards the stage while screaming at all the media members to get down, get down, get down. We're looking around, and what scared the living hell out of everybody was that you thought, at least for a few seconds, that the room had been penetrated, that the shooter was in the room, and that could be aiming for any of us. So all of us had to get down. We ducked under the tables, ducked under the chairs, and all of that other stuff. And that's essentially what happened. In the immediate aftermath of that, reportedly the president wanted the event to continue. Folks came out and said the event would continue before law enforcement said, oh, no, the hell it will not. And the president is going back to the White House. It will not continue. But we were stuck in there for about an hour or so because we weren't allowed to leave until they got the president and the vice president out of there. And it took a while before folks were able to depart. Me personally, the reporters that were in the room, obviously for ABC, certainly for CBS, NBC, and other networks, it was a lot to be proud of from the standpoint that you saw everybody working together to try to find out. Everybody was working with their respective colleagues from their respective networks, working together to find out what the truth was. Because for some time, we thought there was more than one shooter. We thought that we had heard that there was a shooter upstairs, not just one downstairs. We didn't know what the hell was going on. And so we weren't able to leave. And we were stuck in there. We weren't sure if anybody had gotten caught. Ultimately, we learned that a Secret Service agent had been shot, but he was okay because he had on a bulletproof vest. Right. And that they had apprehended the assailant, who ended up being a school teacher from California, a second grade school teacher. And we didn't know anything else beyond that point. That's the story. That's really all I can tell you from an eyewitness account. It was scary as hell for a few seconds there because you didn't know if the shooter was in the room. And you saw them going to protect the vice president and the president, even more so than their wives, obviously. And so if the wives were vulnerable, if other cabinet members were vulnerable, imagine the media members that were there. We were left to, basically get the hell under the table and hope that law enforcement was going to apprehend this dude, which turned out was exactly what happened. They apprehended him inside of 10 seconds. They shut it down. But nevertheless, that was what happened, and we were in the room, and we didn't know whether or not he was in the room with us, and that's why you saw everybody ducking for cover, because Secret Service and law enforcement was screaming at us to get down, get down, get down, and stay down. They didn't want us lifting our heads up or anything like that. In the end, what it comes down to is this. We're living in some very, very troubling times. And this is not a time to point fingers and blame anybody. I can sit up there and point to the fact that we have a president that polarizes more than galvanizes. I can point to the juvenile rhetoric from time to time that comes out of his mouth and stuff like that. I can point to cabinet members, whether it's FBI Director Kash Patel screaming at politicians on Capitol Hill, or former DOJ boss Pam Bondi going off. All of that is, to me, at this particular moment in time, irrelevant. Because I'm not going to sit up there and blame them for the actions of some really sick individuals that's willing to do harm and dare I say, attempt to kill people because they don't like the state of our politics or anything like that. Can it be better? You're damn right. Does it need to get better? You're damn right. But in the same breath, you understand you're an adult, you're responsible for your own actions. There's a lot that we don't like that's going on in our country. That doesn't mean we're going out trying to kill people. Okay, so I'm not going to sit up there and use this as an opportunity to point a negative finger towards politicians or media members or anything like that. But what I will say is this. I'm sick and tired of us giving lip service to the narrative of dialing down the rhetoric. We need enough of that. Stop talking about it and do it. Stop talking about it and do it. You know, let's debate policy. Let's talk about what's actually happening in our country from a policy perspective, whether we agree or disagree and why, as opposed to engaging in name calling, speaking about people in incendiary and derogatory fashion, and fomenting and feeding into the hostility and the ire that some sick individuals out there want to
that nigga
exercise.
vocabulary long.
Let's stop talking about it and start doing it. Because I got news for you. It's important that we do that. We live in the United States of America. Some people would say this is the greatest country in the world. People come from all over the world trying to get to the United States of America because regardless of all of our problems, it's the land of opportunity. And why is it the land of opportunity? Ladies and gentlemen, because we may be a democracy, but we're not married to one form of government. When we don't like it, we can change it every 2 years congressionally. We can change it every 6 years from a Senate perspective. We can change it every 4 years when it comes to the White House. We ain't married to it. Life is cyclical. No matter what problems exist, we always have the potential in a democracy that is such as we have to correct the error of our ways. And so for me, I think it's important that somebody, whether it's in my position or numerous people in the news business, make sure that if we want to sit up there and dictate a narrative for others to emulate and follow, that's the first thing that we say. No matter how hard times are, no matter how bad they may seem, there's always the ability to course correct in a democracy. We're not under a dictatorship. You can sit there and have no kings protest all you want to and point to a president that wants to do X, Y, and Z. But can you get it done without the help of Congress? No. Can you get it done without the help of the Senate? No, you cannot. Congress controls the budget along with various other things. When we look at the Supreme Court and we're lamenting the fact that there's a 6-3 majority, if you're a liberal and you don't like the 6-3 majority of conservatives on the court and stuff like that, well, guess what? Senate confirmation hearings exist for a reason. Cabinet members within the Trump administration, or any administration for that matter, have to be confirmed. We live in a society right now where we're forgetting that it doesn't matter who the president is if we have people on Capitol Hill in both houses of Congress, along with officials that work for the administration, under the stewardship of the administration, or are extended beyond that. We have the power to change. We have the power to refute. We have the power to form a level of resistance that makes us say, okay, no matter how bad things seem to be, it can be corrected. It shouldn't escape us as we sit here in these times and we're worried about everything from narratives and verbiage and all of this other stuff. A shooting nearly took place Saturday night at the same place it took place over 40 years ago when Ronald Reagan was the president of the United States. So guess what? Was it as crazy back then as it is now? Some would say hell no. But it happened, didn't it? Because we always have folks out here who are a bit loose and a bit dogged and dogmatic in their approach because their way is what they see. And if it doesn't go down like that, the world must be coming to an end. Well, damn it, that ain't most of us. Most of us understand. As much as we don't like things, we have the power to provoke and ultimately institute and implement change. And I just think it's important to remember that. In that room, we're surrounded by a whole bunch of people, thousands, members of the media and beyond, lobbyists and administration officials and everybody in between. There was actually decency taking place where people were conducting themselves like adults in the room. And understanding that on this particular day, you know something? We're all here together as either American citizens or supporter of the American way of life. Looking forward to having a good evening. And the next thing you know, we were ducking under tables, keeping our head down, praying that a shooter wasn't in the room and that some kind of bullet wouldn't hit one, if not many of us. Because for a few minutes, we didn't know. And we were stuck and we couldn't go anywhere. But somehow, some way, we survived. And it wasn't as bad as it seemed, although it was incredibly unfortunate. Meanwhile, the president spoke in a White House press briefing about 30 to 45 minutes later. And he said something that, whether you like it or not, happens to probably be true. He talked about that White House ballroom that he was trying to build. He talked about how the Washington Hilton wasn't the safest place in the world. You see him up there talking now, and here's what he said. What happened last night is exactly the reason that our great military, Secret Service, law enforcement, and for different reasons, every president for the last 150 years have been demanding that a large, safe, and secure ballroom be built on the grounds of the White House. This event would never have happened with the military top secret ballroom currently under construction at the White House. That was from Donald Trump on his Truth Social post. He continues. It cannot be built fast enough. While beautiful, it has every highest level security feature there is. Plus, there are no rooms sitting on top for unsecured people to pour in, and is inside the gates of the most secure building in the world, the White House. The ridiculous ballroom lawsuit brought by a woman walking her dog who has absolutely no standing to bring such a suit must be dropped immediately. Nothing should be allowed to interfere with its construction, which is on budget and substantially ahead of schedule. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, I was getting text messages with people saying this was all rigged. It was a conspiracy. It was planned. And it was probably planned because he wanted the ballroom. I think that's a bit far-fetched. I think that's reaching. I think there is truly people who hate Donald Trump so much. If the man had a cure for cancer, they would say, no, we don't want it. I do believe that's the case in some instances. He's far from perfect. I abhor some of the things that he does. And I've said so on many occasions. And we need an adult in the room most of the time. He's not that, because of what he engages in. All of those things I've said, and I'll say it again. But that doesn't make him wrong with what he just said. If it's the White House Correspondents' Dinner, why the hell is it not at the White House? It's a very simple question, logically. Am I missing something? If it's the White House Correspondents' Dinner, why the hell is it at some hotel that anybody could be in? How did the shooter penetrate the perimeter and get past security? I don't know. You saw the footage. But my response could be is this. It was advertised for weeks that the White House Correspondents' Dinner was going to be at that particular hotel at that particular date and time. Who's to say the man didn't get a room in a hotel a week earlier and lied and wait? I remember watching that movie with Clint Eastwood in The Line of Fire with him and John Malkovich, and how he was determined to kill the president and stuff like that, and how he was able to picture. I mean, they do this stuff in movies, for crying out loud. Talks about how shrewd the devil is. He'll show you stuff that in movies and beyond that could actually be done. I'm not going that route. I'm simply saying, who the hell knows? But I don't think it's beyond the pale for the president of the United States to point out that the White House Correspondents' Dinner should be at the White House, because that is clearly a more secure location than the Washington Hilton Hotel. It's just a fact. So let's just keep it a buck, be real about it, and understand that even when you disagree with a lot of what somebody does in this administration, it doesn't make every syllable coming out of their mouth wrong.
Right.
Let's be honest about that.
Right.
And understand he kind of has a point. Because I got news for you. Being one of those individuals there, you understand, who grew up in the streets of New York City, that is not foreign to gunfire and violence, because I've seen it in my lifetime. I didn't like being a grown-ass adult at a White House Correspondents' Dinner with the presidents of networks and beyond, all in the same room, and watching thousands of people literally forced to duck for cover under tables and chairs, praying that a shooter wasn't in the room just looking to spray gunfire in our direction. That was not a good feeling. That was not a good feeling. Let's just be honest about it and understand that at times, even from people we dislike or we don't approve of, particularly when it comes to their verbiage, their antagonistic tendencies, their narcissism, their belligerence, and juvenile tendencies, it doesn't mean that everything they say is wrong. A dead clock is right twice a day. Remember that. And understand that whether we like it or not, whether you want to think it's a conspiracy and it was rigged or not or whatever, the president has a point. Stuff like this should be on the grounds of the White House. It shouldn't be at some damn hotel in D.C. that just anybody can get into. It just shouldn't. That's all I have to say about that. Thank God everybody's okay. Thank God they caught the assailant. Thank God the Secret Service agent that was shot had on a bulletproof vest, and he's fine.
Fact.
And just pray that incidents like this don't happen. But also remember, as bad as things are, in a lot of people's eyes in 2026.
Hey. Y'all see what's going on, man. I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of shit, too, that's unanswered. You know what I'm saying, with this situation. And if you ask me, man, I'm saying the same shit, man. How a lot of this shit even happening? How did dude even get here? How did this happen? How did this? You know, because at the end of the day, what if I'm the president? What if I'm the president? What if I get into that situation? How is they gonna take care of me? You know what I'm saying? How is they gonna take care of the situation that happening? Now, luckily, this ain't been happening with no other president, man, in a long time. But he had, so far since Trump been in office, man, he had 3 attempts. We just watched him. 3 attempts. So that's Now, that's 3 attempts, bro, that happened, and you gotta understand this is not no attempts coming from anybody else outside of the soil. So it's like, man, come on, man. Like I was saying before, man, tighten up. Tighten the fuck up, bro. Tighten up. This shit can't be going down on our soil with people. You know what I'm saying? Like this, they showing weaknesses and pointing out weaknesses, man. And y'all keep trying to say this, that, and the third. No, man, tighten the fuck up, bro. Get some balls about yourself. Tighten the fuck up. Y'all scared and shit. How y'all scared? And y'all guarding the most dangerous man in America right now, man. He the most dangerous man in America right now, man. Tighten the fuck up, bro. Tighten up, man. All y'all Secret Service in there, all them guns, all that shit, man. And y'all niggas letting one man break through all y'all, shoot one of y'all officers. On some simple shit, man. Y'all playing like that, man. How is y'all sitting up there playing with the president like? Y'all sitting up there playing, man. Like, come on, man. This is unacceptable. I'm sorry. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. I'm starting to think y'all in cahoots with people, bro. I'm starting to think y'all actually want this shit to happen. Cause what y'all doing, bro, is unacceptable, bro. I don't understand what type of police and security y'all doing, bro. What is y'all doing? It's unacceptable to me. If you ask me, this shit is unacceptable because, like I just said, bro, that's the 3rd time. How many times you think he gonna be able to escape? How many times you think he gonna be able to get low, get up out of this situation? How many times? How many times y'all think he can escape? Luckily, these people, these regular average Joes, regular average people with their own rifles and their own guns. How you think we gonna fall against somebody with military help, with military training? Huh? This Cole Allen, he a regular Joe Smoke. You know what I'm saying? How you think we gonna fare against a couple Rambos with military training? Huh? How we gonna fare? How you think we gonna hold up then? For sure, we gonna have casualties. It's gonna for sure be some. What? How do y'all think we gonna add up against some people that's coming with some military training and they got military weapons? That's the ultimate question. That's the ultimate question. How y'all think we gonna fare or hold up with that situation? These regular people, and they almost hitting the mark and injuring and hurting officers at that, agents at that. So it's like, come on, bro. I don't think we can hold up against a real attack, like a real strong, hard attack. Somebody coming with 30, 40 people. You know what I'm saying? They got real weapons, real shit going on. Oh, nigga gonna fumble. Nigga gonna fumble. They're gonna fumble the rock. Somebody gonna fumble the rock. Somebody gonna fumble the rock. I guarantee somebody gonna fumble the rock, bro. I guarantee somebody gonna fumble that rock. Somebody gonna fumble the rock. Nigga, I ain't buying that. I ain't buying that. Somebody gonna fumble that rock. Especially just looking at this Cole Allen situation. Just looking at this whole situation. This is the average, y'all. Look, I'm gonna break it down to y'all one more time. Because y'all ain't understanding. I'm gonna break it down to y'all one more time. I'm about to break it down to y'all one more time. Cole Allen, he's a regular Joe Smo from Cole Allen, he's a regular Joe Smo, man. He's a regular Joe Smo from LA who got beef with Trump. He see Trump posted, hey, I got a pop-up meet and greet. He takes the train, slides up on Trump in Washington, D.C. Right before he do all this shit, he checks in the room, he do all that, he do all this little recon. Right before he go and do the slag, he sends a manifesto to his brother, to his peoples, and then he go slag. He go put the slag down. So with this being said, it's like he caught you motherfuckers slipping. He caught you motherfuckers slipping, man. And he caught y'all with y'all pants down. So it's like this is an average Joe, man. An average Joe. I gotta stress the fact that he's an average Joe like me, you, anybody else. Anybody else could have did that. Anybody else, any one of us could have did that. He's an average Joe. He ain't got no special training. Is no special training. He ain't got no special training. He ain't went to school for no special shit. He ain't went to no. He wasn't a cop. He's a fucking teacher who have firearms. He's a fucking teacher who slid up on Trump and almost hit him. He was damn near 100 feet away. As y'all hear from Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith was in the building. Stephen A. Smith said he heard the shots. It was close. He ain't gonna lie about that type of shit. What training is being had with these officers? You know, like what training? Like, because shit, motherfucker might get better security in the spot than them. Motherfucker in the spot might get better security. Damn sure nigga ain't coming up in the spot shooting. And I don't care how mad you is. You ain't coming up in the spot shooting at the spot. You ain't coming up in the spot with a gun shooting, period. Well, I don't care how mad you is. They could have cheated you 34,000 times and you find out you ain't going in the spot shooting. They got way better security than Trump right now. In a spot, a dope spot. Yeah, they got way better security than Trump. Best believe that. Because this security, bro, that nigga simply just run up. Y'all niggas, he ain't even scared y'all gonna even use your weapons. He ain't even scared y'all gonna use your weapons. He ran up and hit a nigga in this shit. I digress. Hey man, I don't know. This shocked me. This really shocked me. I'm shocked. I'm appalled because I had seen it. I'm like, nah, man, that's some AI shit. That's some AI shit. I'm looking at this like, man, that's some AI shit, dog. That shit ain't real. That's me. I'm thinking, like, man, that shit ain't real. That's some AI shit. Whole time it's really real. So I gotta dig in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm saying, I can't believe it. I can't believe they didn't let this nigga get up on the president like this. An average Joe Smo. He ain't got no military training, no type of training. No cop. This nigga ain't got no cop training, no private eye training, no military training. He ain't got no ROTC training. He ain't got no training. No type of military training. How the fuck is he sliding up like this on y'all? Y'all making us look weak, man. Y'all making us look weak. I ain't gonna drag this out though. I ain't gonna drag this out no more, man. I try to drag it out as far as possible, man, so y'all can understand and get the scope of this shit, man. I tried to drag it out as long as I could, but y'all get it. Y'all get the picture, man. Y'all get the picture. This shit ain't staged, but who wrote the script? Y'all get the picture though. Cause damn. And that's the hottest thing right now in the news right now, man. That's the hottest thing right now, man. He go to court. The shooter go to court too soon, so he go to court I think today or tomorrow. Let's see what else we got. Pooh Shiesty and his affiliates, them niggas gotta be the dumbest. Two of the people who was with Pooh Shiesty had fucking had tethers on, man. So two of the people who hit the move with Gucci, them niggas had tethers on, man. Can y'all believe that? Two of the niggas who hit the move with Gucci had tethers on. How dumb could y'all be, man? How dumb could y'all be, man? That shit is stupid. I ain't. If I ever hit a move, bro, you think if you got a box on, you not hitting the move with me. I'm sorry. You ain't hitting the move with me. If you got a box on, man, take your ass up the street, bro. You ain't. I'm not with you. You're not with me. You're not with me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not with me. I think we discussed this whack.
Interview, he subtly threatened Whack 100, right? Like subtly. Now, Whack 100 was told about this when he came and did his Vlad TV interview. Vlad told him, "Hey, yo,
I think
Freeway Rick said this about you when he was here. What's your take on it?" Now, Whack went off. Whack crashed out because this is not the first time that Freeway has subtly threatened Whack. We'll get back to the video shortly, but I want to let you guys know this video is being sponsored by Kalshi.
I don't even know what
Kalshi
this
is an
about.
app where you can make money predicting current events. I put money on what the weather is going to be every day on Kalshi. I checked it. Sometimes it doesn't hit. But if you want to get paid by predicting description and downloading the app and using code FRED, was because, and he told Whack and downloading the app and using code FLACO to get $10 in your first deposit. This time last year, Freeway Rick and Whack was on the phone. And he told Whack, "Hey, my people see you in Miami," sending a subtle threat towards Whack. And the reason why he was sending that subtle threat was because Whack released paperwork of Rick testifying or giving a statement on a drug dealer in Ohio. Now, it's no secret because Freeway Rick has testified on this before, and he has stated that the reason why he, I guess, told on a drug dealer in Ohio is because the drug dealer told on him first, which is not snitching. It essentially cancels itself out. But because of that threat, Whack was even more motivated to spread this paperwork to the world. So after the threat, all right, Whack took it upon himself to come back on the Adam and Whack show and have Adam read the paperwork.
I had to flip on him yesterday. He got out of line yesterday.
So not on Vlad, like you guys subsequently were talking about it?
600 recorded it up on his page.
Okay.
600 recorded. Because he said some weird, he said, "Yeah, I see you're getting the pressure. My Zoe boys saw you in Miami and chased you down and you ran to the cops." I said, "Where? Miami?" I wasn't in no muff.
Wait, that's what 600 said about
this
you?
is what Freeway Rick said.
Oh, okay.
I said, "Bro, you got to be the biggest boat. Now they got Whack sightings in Miami. I ain't been to Miami since I did the Danzig. Got to be with that Memorial Day or whatever that was. A couple months, right?"
Yeah.
We've been working this building doing around here so much. So but Freeway Rick, he's harmless. He was never known for being like one of those dudes. But the crazy part about it, you know me, bro. I was real passive with dude. Now, this is what's weird. What's weird is I've always defended Freeway. If you Google Freeway Rick, snitch on police, it pops up. Whack 100 has always defended this. I don't care about that. We were running content, I believe, on the YouTube, the Hunter Show channel on Big Meech. At the end of it, this is what's weird. Loose Cannon, right, says Freeway Rick's a snitch too. I say, bro, Freeway Rick ain't told on nobody. That's the police. I don't count that. Nah, he told on some dudes out of Ohio and some this, that. I said, you ain't got to work. I got it. He sends it. When he sends it to me, I read it because we're all on the stream yard. It's like 10 of us, right? This is the first I ever heard of this, right? Because it's Freeway. I didn't even dig into it. I did some selective politicking things.
Some backstory here. The reason why they were even on the phone arguing is because him and Whack 100 had an argument on Vlad TV. So Vlad called Whack when he was there, and Whack essentially said the same thing he just said here about how some dude is telling him that you told in Ohio, and they had a back and forth. Now, Whack didn't really seem too committed to exposing him during that call. Whack was saying, hey, man, I heard this. I didn't really read it too much. But afterwards, because of that phone call they had, where he's threatening Whack, Whack then had Adam read the paperwork. And I'll be real, I haven't seen the paperwork. I've never read it. But from what I hear, it's really bad. And, this really, really, really pissed off Rick and people around him.
It's been people in Clubhouse wanting to expose Freeway, and I wouldn't let it happen, right? So now I see Loose Cannon calls Freeway the other day. I see what Whack punk ass did to you. That ain't right. Bozo, you the one alerted us to the paperwork. I let it go. He called my bluff on Vlad. I'm a man with an ego. It's a lot of people looking. So we sent him his paperwork.
And how's the paperwork looking?
Oh, you want it? So he tells on the plug, he tells on the other people in the operation, these aren't LAPD.
You're saying this is all in his paperwork, clear as day. Like there's no debate to be had.
There's no motherfucking debate. Ain't no debate. You go, I put it in my story. You go to section 3. If you read going down, you're going to see he's telling.
In the defense case, Ross's attorney called Los Angeles Assistant U.S. Attorney Michael Emick, the prosecutor in the Big Spender trial, and elicited testimony about the nature of the case and the extent of Ross's cooperation. Ross's defense, however, focused on a claim of entrapment. Dr. Melvin Bouquet, Ross's former tennis coach, testified that Ross had complained that someone was harassing him to do a drug deal despite Ross's protest that he was no longer involved in the drug trade and he had gone straight. James Gallipu, a Los Angeles probation officer who had worked with Ross on anti-gang projects, testified that Ross was addicted to the drug business and was very vulnerable after he was released from jail. Ross's girlfriend, Marilyn Stubblefield, testified that Blandon and his wife had made frequent calls to Ross. Oh, okay.
Keep reading. You can tell.
Ross testified on his own behalf and told of his story in the drug trade. He testified that his business had grown rapidly once Blandon began to supply him cocaine at a low price. Ross said that he and Blandon became friends as Blandon taught him about the drug trade. Ross testified that he tried to get out of the drug business after his run-in with the corrupt officers in Los Angeles, but Blandon kept trying to pull him back in.
Quite frankly, I ain't no street dude. If Freeway Rick did testify, good for him, all right? If he got another street dude off the streets, good, all right? That's just another Dusty Ninja off the streets, all right? We love him for that, all right? Snitch. However, you can't tell and then come back and play, which I'll be real, I haven't really seen Freeway Rick play the tough guy role right now. Like he is completely readapted to what I believe is a civilian life. He's doing his podcasting stuff. He's doing the boxing stuff.
That's the thing.
He don't really speak as if he's still in that lifestyle. But nonetheless, though, your past is your past. Now, this is where he went wrong at. So during his Vlad TV interview,
it's a dirty game.
He tells Vlad that people around him is telling him that if Whack mentions his name again, they going to go to jail because they not going to go for no disrespect of Freeway Rick. And I'm like, bro, you are a podcaster. You are a man who's doing great things, who's boxing. Why do you even want to give off that perception? Why do you even want the world to know that there are savages and goons who are willing to ride for you? Right. Like, why is that something you want out there? And if that's the case, why would you then alert the public that if anything happens to Whack, that y'all did it?
I had Freeway Ricky on my show recently.
there was a clip that came out that talked about you. Did you see it?
Stirred up a big mess.
What do you mean?
Everybody in Hoover Hood went crazy.
How so?
Man, one dude called me and he said, Rick, I just got out of prison. Don't make me go back.
Damn.
And I was like, huh?
What you mean?
He was like, if that dude do anything to you or say anything else to you,
I'm going back.
Boom.
I know Freeway Rick is from Hoover territory because when he did his interview with T-Rail, T-Rail told him, yo, you lived across the street from Boom Boom Boom. You know my Boom Boom. So, he is a familiar face. He is somebody who's a legendary name from that particular territory. Now, is Freeway Rick a Hoover? I don't know if he ever got put on. I don't know if he is an official gang member or not. And it's news to me that when he says everybody in Hoover territory is tapping it. Now, as far as I know, the Hoovers are divided. Now, right, I think he's from Five Deuce, right? I think Rick is from Five Deuce, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, Five Deuce is a little different than other territories, right? So the fact that, first off, I don't know for Hoovers to get along. They always beefing online. But for all the Hoovers to be tapping in saying, man, hey, bro, if Wack, say your name again, we crashing. I don't know if I'm buying that specifically. I don't know, bro. Right? I don't know. And this is bizarre. And I do believe that what's happening now, because this is bizarre behavior. Freeway Rick is not somebody who has came online and tried to portray a gangster persona because his past is what it is, right? He was a drug kingpin. Right now, was he a violent kingpin? I don't know, but he was a kingpin. So he never really had to validate his street credibility because it was already there. For God's sakes, Rick Ross took his entire identity. But when you come home and there are snitch allegations on you, you now got to flex that street muscle and that street credibility, which is what I think he's doing. Right? This is the first time he kind of has to prove that he's good where he's from or he's good in the streets. And this right here was an example. But when Wack responded back, it didn't really feel like the threat really got through. Wack states he don't really, think of Freeway Rick as a gangster who can hurt anybody. He thinks of him as somebody who's harmless.
Okay, well, whoever you are that just got out of prison, you should be back or you should be over there and shot back because I definitely released the paperwork. And I don't know no Hoover, me personally, that's going to stand behind the paperwork. That's going to say, all right, well, we read the paperwork, but so what? So I don't know if he talking because he ain't from Hoover. You ain't no gangster. You ain't never been from no set. You grew up where you grew up. But telling is telling. I sent to work. You know I sent to work.
Damn.
I sent to work. So whoever that is from Hoover, if he's telling the truth, brother, actually what I'll do, I'll put the work back up. That shit don't mean nothing. I don't even think nobody told Rick like that. Or if they did, they was trying to get a favor out of him. You know how people would do. They'll call and do that. But let's just be real. We had a conversation. I just simply said, look, bro, because you got to remember, I got blindsided. I used to defend Freeway Rick. You get what I'm saying? So when I get blindsided with it, I'm like, man, that's bullshit. You talking about the cop, whatever. They like, nah, bro, we ain't talking about the cop. This dude in Ohio, this other dude in New York, this, that, that. And they sent it in. Actually, shit, I want to say, I forgot who was driving that, but I went back and found the paperwork and I read it. Freeway Rick can tell you I used to defend him. I never knew about these other individuals that he told on. I didn't know. So, once it comes up, if you ask me now, I tell you, yeah, he told. Do I got a problem with Rick? No. You just told. For me to have a problem with Rick means I got a problem with, I do business with a couple people that get told. Right. But my business it's not affected because I'm not doing nothing you could tell on.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I don't know, We all got people that's gonna do whatever we need them to do, but whoever the Hoover guy is, I'll put the paperwork back up if that's what you want me to do. Shit, get to it. I mean, I've been doing this 37 years, this street shit side of it, get in line. You know what I mean? I've been Dutch White, I've been in the penitentiaries, these streets, I done did it with the best of them, the worst of them. I done saw the backdoor shit, people I thought were my homies. I done had attempts on my life. I done been in God knows how many in the middle of the street bang outs before all the cameras and all the shit. That don't mean nothing.
If Freeway Rick said that to scare Wack, I don't feel like that's really how you scare Wack. I feel like scarier people have made scarier threats to Wack on the internet. But y'all let me know, man, what y'all think, bro? All right, like, how do y'all feel like this is gonna end? Do y'all feel like this is gonna deter Wack from calling Freeway Rick a rat on the internet? Let me know, okay? And if you read the paper or from what you heard, do you feel like Rick is a rat? Let me know, man. If you're watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here, somewhere on my screen, somewhere here.
There are so many more questions to ask about the event. There are so many more questions to ask about the events of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. But even more importantly, there is so much that Donald Trump does not want you to hear, including some leaked audio that was caught on a hot mic that exposes the entirety of the truth of the night. The truth that the mainstream media doesn't want to pay attention to, doesn't want to talk about, and will wag their finger down at you and say you're a conspiracy theorist if you raise. Because of course, it's outlandish of us to question that the event honoring reporting on the cover-up of the Epstein files might have been a little fishy. That an administration that protects pedos might be willing to do anything to protect itself, including staging an event. We're going to get into that in the hot mic audio, but it does all begin where I want to start, with what Republicans are already thrusting upon us, saying that what happened on Saturday is set in stone, we can't question it, now we have to take what they're giving us. I'm not going to, which is why I want to start by calling out Lindsey Graham's bullshit right here.
If you don't think $400 million of taxpayer money is a good investment to create a secure facility at the White House where the President of the United States, the Vice President, the Cabinet, and people from the public can come and, have a meal and gather without what happened Saturday, then I disagree. This is the number one job of the federal government is national security. The number one job of national security, I think, would be to protect the commander in chief and to have infrastructure under the ballroom that is very national security centric. So I don't think, just vote no. That's all I ask you to do is vote. I don't care how you vote. I want to vote. I want to see where is America on this. I'll bet you 90% of the people would love to have a better facility than the Hilton Hotel to make sure this crap never happens again. I can't tell you what to say on the Senate floor, but I've never seen it like this. There are people out there just one click away from picking up a gun or something else and trying to make America better by killing. You don't make America great by killing people you don't like. That's not how you make America great.
The most important word that Lindsey said, because he said a lot of bullshit and he said a lot of words, was taxpayer. Taxpayer money now. That $400 million, if I remember correctly, was $200 million. And then it became $400 million. But it was always private money. It was gracious donations by the billionaires who got giant tax cuts from Donald Trump. Corporations paying zero in taxes like Palantir, Amazon, they were gracious. They gave us a little crumb, little $1 million for the ballroom. And now it's taxpayer money? Notice that Republicans in their plan to make sure that the ballroom happens aren't focused on the approval as much as they are the cash. So Donald Trump gets an assassination attempt, and I'm putting that in quotes very purposefully, and $400 million in dark money that we know nothing about, including we don't know a donor list, and just gets to walk away? Yeah, that seems like a little bit more than just suspicious, especially with this audio that we're going to get into, and especially with Todd Blanche saying this before we do.
When you have a president who, and many people in this room, if we're going to be honest about it, have done it as well. They're just as guilty as a lot of people on X. When you have reporters, when you have media just being overly critical and calling the president horrible names for no reason and without evidence, without proof, it shouldn't surprise us that this type of rhetoric takes place. If you look at what it appears that this defendant had in his past, we're talking about somebody who is college educated, who has a job, who is otherwise living his life. And we'll find out more about him, as I expect, in the coming days and weeks. But he chose to do what he did. And so our threat environment is, we are ready. I mean, I'm not going to go through what Director Patel just talked about, with the way we responded. But this was something that we will always be prepared for. And it's sad that it has to happen, but it's not a new thing, unfortunately.
Oh, interesting. So now we're not even allowed to say mean things about the president. We couldn't do that. That's the real problem here. It's nothing else. What we have to take away from the events of Saturday night was that you're not allowed to say mean things about the president. That is what they want to say. That is what they want to be the narrative. That it should be illegal to call Donald Trump a pedo, by the way, to call him a pedo. The adjudicated plotting through a tropical rain. Adjudicated rapist, you're not allowed to say those words about Donald Trump. And if you do, you're talking about it. Carolyn Levitt's husband, actually,
press secretary's husband. I want to just quickly tell you, I was sitting next to Caroline Levitt, the press secretary's husband. He was one of our guests. He was seated right next to me. And, right as the dinner was starting, the national anthem happened, and then he kind of leaned over and said, I watched you on TV, you do a great job. You need to be very safe. And he was just very serious when he said that to me. And he kind of looked around the room and he said, there are some...
Sounds like we lost Aisha's phone there. And this happens, by the way, especially when you have so many people attempting to utilize the same cell service at the same time. I did want to add this. While we had a moment, I was just reading.
Carolyn Levitt's husband, moments before the shooting, was telling a Fox reporter, hey, be careful. It's going to get crazy. And as the reporter was telling that story, Fox mysteriously kicks her off air. Maybe that's some more audio that we should look into. But let me say this, because this is the real point. We know what the truth of the night was. The truth of the night is, no matter staged or not, and all this conflicting reporting, it seems certainly that the White House at least maybe wanted something to happen. If you're not going to put security in place, it seems like you're asking for something.
7 points better than Donald Trump. And if
Trump wanted something, to subscribe button, leave a like on this video. If you stuck around to the end, drop a blue. And if you want
you could say somebody don't know how to learn, but it's like, this is the
around. I still don't know. Still don't know what the mic said. That's crazy. Yeah, man. This is the third attempt on the president's situation, man.
So, buddy, right here. Dude had a bust-down vending machine, bro, selling everything.
This is the third attempt, man. If it's a failed attempt, it didn't scratch the surface like the last one. Yeah, man, we don't know what's going on with the Secret Service, man. They need to hire better people, man. They need to hire better motherfuckers to do their damn thing, because this is unacceptable. They need to step it up, man, because we looking soft. If y'all like what y'all hearing, if y'all like the breakdowns, man, the in-depths, like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow with some reacts, man. Speed going, he back streaming different places. So we got some reacts to do. We're gonna react to Speed stream probably tomorrow, man. Get into it. So if y'all fucking with me, man, y'all want to miss nothing, like, share, and subscribe so y'all can get every little thing, man. It's rich enough.